It's time for another episode of Coffee, Donuts, and Fucked Up Shit. Your premiere podcast for insensitive material for sensitive ears. Please rate and review us on your podcast app. Enjoy.
How the fuck did you get in my house, Evan?
Hi, everybody. Can I have a ride? Can I drink some of your water? I don't care. You gonna eat that?
Weird sitting over here.
It's fucking weird.
New era.
I don't know how I feel about sitting over here. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of feeling the groove, feeling the vibe.
I don't have to look at Evan anymore.
You are locked in my
That is-
zone right now. You're in the danger zone,
Yeah.
bro.
You're on the highway.
Yep, got you in
Yep.
my crosshairs, big dog.
Always where a bird can be. Is that the lyric?
No.
Okay.
Or I'm not sure. I don't actually
I
know.
always thought it was referencing when they're flying and then like a bird just comes out and they hit it on the windshield or something.
Nice.
So it's like, hey, it only is always where a bird can be.
I actually don't know though that particular bit of lyrics from that.
You're making that up.
You're making it up.
What are you talking about?
they're pretty mumbly. Kenny Loggins is pretty mumbly.
Fucking
Yeah.
look up the lyric then. I'm not making it up. It's like living on the
Further
edge.
on the edge.
Always where-
Hotter than a destiny.
Hotter than intensity.
Hotter than intensity. See, I didn't know. When I was a kid, I was like hotter than.
Who knows what the
I don't
fuck
know.
Kenny Loggins is saying?
Kenny Loggins, he was the soundtrack king of the 80s.
Oh, maestro.
He was.
Yeah.
The Beethoven
Yep.
of Michael Bay soundtracks.
And Howard Johnson was the new wave king of movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
Just saying that.
Like, we
Just throwing that
have
out there.
Caddyshack. My favorite's
Footloose.
Over the
Love
Top.
Footloose.
Meet Me Halfway.
Oh.
You know that one?
Uh-uh.
You know Over the
Maybe.
Top, though, right?
Is it? Are we still in Kenny Loggins land?
Yeah.
Have you been to that amusement park, Loggins
Kenny
land?
Loggins
Loggins
land.
land.
Each ride is like Footloose, the ride. Like,
It's just all flumes. Just all, you have to ride it
you
in
gotta
like a
follow
log
the gopher.
from one ride to the next, and
There's
it's
a
just
dance
another
competition.
flume ride.
I love Loggins land. Oh, man.
all
That's better than
rides.
Dollywood.
Oh.
Loggins.
It's all just like you're just in a log going
Yeah.
like 3 miles an hour as like a bunch of dancing
And then-
gophers singing a Kenny Loggins song.
I'm all right. Don't gotta worry about me or whatever the lyrics are.
I'm all right.
There's the part in that song
Something-
where it's like what is he
Top
saying?
Gun.
It's like, oh my man, I wanna see. Give me What is he smoking,
I
dude?
don't know.
I want to smoke that Loggins.
Yeah, I want to go to Loggins land.
What is he?
Primo.
Where does that songwriting approach come from?
Well, because if you just chew on your words, if you just garble them up, then
It sounds kind of scatty, kind of fun.
say the heart of rock and roll is the beaten, but that's Huey Lewis and the newest.
yeah.
Hewis Lewis
Which-
and the newest.
I always wondered if Huey was short for Hewis, because it would be great if his name was Huey
It's
Lewis.
Huey Lewis.
It's Hewless.
Yes, Huey.
I think
Hi, I'm Hewless News.
You're listening to Huey Lewis in the morning.
I think that type of singing opens
was
a door for
loose.
those of us who have actual stutters. So
Yeah.
we're just like, oh, it's cool.
It's
stutter
speech
singing.
impediment rock.
That's a new genre.
And
Math
he's doing it for the
rocks.
people.
I know, actually, that's an old genre. I think Modest
Yeah.
Mouse started that speech impediment rock.
Yeah,
No,
the Who with
Generation.
yeah.
Roger Daltrey.
There you go.
Does he have a lisp? Does he have a hair lip?
No, he
Does
doesn't have
Roger
he doesn't
Daltrey
have
a
he
hair
doesn't have a
lip?
lisp, but he's stuttery.
I like that.
Stuttering rights for all.
Yeah,
Who are
Isaac Brock
funny-
in Modest Mouse, he's got that knife lisp.
Yeah, he
that I
thought
always,
that laugh.
I always like to sing with a lisp
Yeah.
if I sing along to Modest Mouse.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about sailing.
It's going to talk about being on the
I'm on
road.
time.
Modest Mouse is always on the road. They're always crossing
I'm on the
state
road
lines.
and I'm really angry.
There you go. That's good. That's better. That's good.
I
like,
drove
oh,
my
yeah.
car
Oh,
into
girls.
a cop car the other
He's always on the
day.
road. He's always doing meth on the road.
Yeah.
Isaac Brock is.
He's always
Just
lonely.
like the Murder City,
Philosophizing.
like Murder City
Lightly
Devils too.
snowing.
It is lightly snowing.
It's always like lightly snowing where he's at, and he's sad, and he's drunk.
I feel like
He's
I've
in a
seen
parking lot trying to figure
on a
out.
bridge. Like
Yeah,
a bridge
it's
vibes
like, yeah,
for
he's
sure.
crossing
He just
a
ran out of
bridge.
meth
For a
again.
split
He's like,
second,
where
he
am I going to
thinks,
get
should I
more?
jump? But the car just keeps going. And he doesn't know where he's going, and it's a long drive.
Well, you know, it's
That was a long
2019, so
drive.
Isaac Brock, you probably should jump.
Might as well jump!
Ow!
Who said that?
That's okay. I'm a huge Modest Mouse fan.
I love my.
I hear Isaac
do too.
Brock is a
Come
dick
on.
anyway, so he doesn't have a good reputation.
He, got a little, he seems like he got a little baby dick.
You think Isaac Brock has a baby dick?
Brock got a
Probably.
baby dick.
I got the baby dick!
I think we got a new round of celebrity gossip being
Yeah.
brewed over here.
Isaac Brock is a baby dick. You heard it here.
You heard her first, people.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like it.
I bet he has a baby dick. I bet that French steward is a targeted individual who suffered from gang stalking, and that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
They're
what
there.
happened to French Stewart? I'm like, I don't
What
know.
happened to French Stewart?
Gang
Said
stalking,
no one.
maybe?
Said no one
no
ever.
one ever.
Not even French Stewart said that. What happened to me?
You
Nobody
may-
cares about me anymore. Why is everyone following me around in this motel? Where's my dust huffer?
Oh my god, where's my computer? My computer duster.
They keep calling me.
I do bet French Stewart listens to Joy Division.
But he's just saying
Yes,
that. He doesn't
does.
even know the song.
Oh,
Yeah, he's never heard of it
He
before.
just keeps thinking they're calling him. They
Is that?
keep calling me.
Oh, gang stalking.
Yeah.
Boy, that's interesting. That's
Gang-
something
we got to do a gang
chew on.
stalking episode.
Oh.
Maybe.
I
Think about it.
don't really believe in gang stalking for some reason.
It's such a.
I watch
catch-22.
it. I watch it very skeptically.
Have you
like,
seen the YouTube,
Yeah, I
like,
think you're just full of yourself.
Intro to gang stalking videos?
or
Or it's
I don't
like,
know.
have you seen like a YouTube video where someone believes they're being gang stalked
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
start like breaking it down?
Yeah.
Right.
So they're just paranoid as
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's the catch though, is the like you're being driven, like of course you sound insane because they're driving you insane.
Right.
It's like, of course,
And no
like,
one believes
and
you.
it's always in like, let's be real, it's always in like a white neighborhood. White people always do the same thing every fucking day at the same time. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Good
Like,
point.
of course they're gonna take their dog out at like 8:30 because that's the time they take their dog out.
That's
before
when the
they go to
dog's
work.
gotta pee.
And this is the time I ride my bike.
Right, and
Like,
everyone's
it's
staring
like-
at you because you're wearing
and
Kleenex
you're
boxes
wearing,
for shoes.
Because you're naked
why they're
looking out your
staring at you.
window.
Yeah. I don't know.
Robe with the dong out. That's the look of a gang stalker victim.
Oh my god.
Just like-
Targeted
just wrecking them,
individual,
yeah.
I think is what they
Like-
go by.
Wrecking the blinds, just
Yeah.
peeling them apart.
My neighbor,
Stop looking at me!
What about your neighbor?
my neighbor and I are gang stalking each other.
oh,
That's cute.
that's
Yeah,
like
that's
some
nice.
2020 dating kind of shit.
It's weird. You ever bump into each other? You're like, oh,
Oh,
never mind.
Hey.
Oh, see you tomorrow.
hey,
Just trying to squeeze by
Shovel
there.
in the snow, like, oh.
Hello, neighbor.
hello, neighbor.
How's the
You want
weather?
to switch sidewalks? Be really goofy?
It's like wife swapping, only not
Yeah,
as
it's,
exciting.
that's like some real dad foreplay right there.
Sidewalk
Can I
swapping.
mow your lawn?
I just want to
Is
know
that
what it's
weird? I
like
want to mow your lawn.
to mow yours.
I want to
Yeah.
be you.
I don't want this to come off weird or anything, Randy. But
I've always admired your grass.
Mind if I
They're
take
in,
a whack
like-
at it?
His dad's in like.
Mind if I take a whack at
Yeah.
it?
Take a whack at it.
And then I'll sleep with your wife.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
There's
that's
no
the build-up.
sex
That's where it
involved.
starts.
The dad's actually in couples therapy, and they're like, "Why can't you get an erection?" He's like, "I just want to mow my neighbor's lawn."
Next thing you know, the
Just wants-
housewives are cleaning
he's
each other's
hard,
house.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Switching that up.
weird.
I just want to do your dishes.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to do your dishes?
I want to scrub. I want to scrub all that dirt off your dishes.
How dirty are you?
'Cause,
It'd be a cool show like if Desperate Housewives was a reality show instead, and it was just like crackheads who are married.
Okay, all right.
I'm listening.
They're
Keep developing your
they
idea.
Every episode winds up with BJ's for crack.
Nice.
That's the Desperate
Or
Housewives I
cheeseburgers.
want to watch.
or
Or
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers.
For crack.
Also,
Was that a
Cheeseburgers for
Menace to
blowjobs?
Society reference, Marcus?
Yeah,
Oh.
or don't be a menace to South Central while
that's
drinking your
it.
juice
That's
in the
it.
hood.
Yep. That's a great
Message.
one. Have you seen what's the movie where Chris Rock is a crackhead? New Jack City.
Oh.
Yeah.
You remember
Wow.
that?
Oh, that's an
What's his
awesome
name?
movie.
Mookie or something?
Yeah, Pookie, Mookie, something like that.
Yeah. Ow, suck your dick.
I suck your dick.
Chris Rock, just like, I'd let him suck my dick.
Oh.
Then or now? Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
young, thin Chris Rock.
Yeah, but as the crackhead character?
As the crack, that
Okay.
feeds into the fantasy.
Because those are some chapped ass lips.
Keep the crackhead makeup on.
ashy, dry.
Yeah,
BJ.
it just
It's
flakes
kind of
right
like
off.
Yeah.
it's like a rib for
my
pleasure kind
shaft
of situation. It's a
chafing.
texture. It adds sensation.
Yeah. It's just like the feeling of power that I have. Knowing
Yeah.
that,
Well, then it gets into your pubic hair and it looks like you have dandruff on your pubic hair.
and that's not a problem.
It's not any different from
Also,
any
do
other.
Right,
you want to hear
gross.
my new character?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Question mark?
Does it have anything to do with today's topic?
No,
Okay.
but
It might end up.
we can
doing
find a segue somehow. Into
We'll
that.
figure it out.
So my baby Boo Boo and I were out to eat the other night, and my baby Boo Boo is a 2-year-old named Baby Boo Boo, and cool. I always wanted to have like.
What about that shocked silence for a minute? I think all of us were
I've
like,
always wanted to have a baby rental service.
a baby rental service.
Yeah, like I could just like rent a baby for like a couple hours and then just like go to the park and then like moms will be like, oh, who's this? Who's this dad?
Oh,
this
it's
young
called, it's
young
called
upstart.
nanny.
I'm
It's called
retired
nanny.
shirt.
Who's this dad?
Yeah, just get a job
And
as a
then you,
baby.
and then
Yeah.
you get paid.
Yep.
There you go.
Friend
Works
of,
every time. That's how
Do
I get
not
them.
hire Evan as your nanny.
No.
no.
I'm the nanny.
Friend of
I'm the star of the nanny reboot.
Oh God.
Do your Fran Drescher impression before you do your new character.
I don't even know what she That's my Fran Drescher. Pretty close.
That's pretty close.
Nanny speaking. I don't know.
That's her after.
I've never seen that show.
20-pack years.
Yeah.
She's in UHF.
Oh.
She's also in Spinal Tap.
Good movie.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Fran's got a great filmography. Yeah, so we were eating at like a nice little restaurant.
Baby boo boo.
McDonald's.
You want to buy Boo Boo?
No, baby boo
Arby's.
boo.
Arbez.
Yeah, Arbez. It's
Arbez.
French.
They have the meats. And so we're eating, and it was like I think it was getting close to close, and
Oh my god. If you make Arby's French, then it puts a whole new meaning on horsey sauce.
what's this sauce? Oh yeah, no, oui, oui.
Sorry.
Horsey-
They eat horses in France, I'm just saying.
I'd eat a horse.
This is a horsey rash.
I'm not above that.
sauce.
Wait, what?
Horse
All right.
rash.
Sorry, go ahead. Horse rash.
I like that horse rash new
I
band.
hate that.
Yeah, we were eating, and this person just like comes in and sits down at the table next to us, and then just starts coughing.
No.
Like just aggressively like
Was it thick and phlegmy?
very phlegmy, juicy,
Yeah.
juicy coughs, and like. And
Juicy tanglers.
and their phone kept going off. Like someone just kept, so it kept going to the and they're just like coughing and not answering the phone or like putting it on silent or whatever.
Sounds like hell.
So like, and we were like, we were having a conversation, and like our conversation's sort of like declining because I just can't like, I'm like, this
Right.
person's just fucking coughing. And like, it was, and then like the server, like I think came over to them and they just like got a hot tea, which is like, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Good.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
but
Could
like,
I recommend the hot
we were like,
tea, sir?
we're talking and we're just like, yeah, so like, well, you got any plans? Just like over and over again. And then like, finally the person like turned to us and was like, can I have a ride?
Are you serious?
Whoa.
Wow.
And we were like, we don't have a car. Because we didn't have a car.
Right.
Honest. And he's like, ugh. Do you know where Walgreens is? That's the next question.
So he could get some Robitussin.
So we Googled where the closest Walgreens was. Turns out.
Wait,
we
I
were-
thought he had a phone that he wouldn't answer.
Exactly. But
Okay,
we're
all right.
doing this for them.
Okay.
And
Yeah, why don't you answer that phone and call yourself a
I was like,
Lyft?
look it up. Like, yeah.
Call Vapor.
It was just,
Vapor.
yeah, and then they wound up like we like informed them where the closest Walgreens is, and they just went, and then just put their head like in there, just on the table, just like, and then like covered themselves up and just kept coughing, and then we're like, check please,
Check, please.
So they're just on the table going.
yeah. So my new character is the cougher who asks you. Who asks
Strange
you general strange questions
Nice.
that they can answer themselves.
All right.
Yeah.
I hate public coffers
I love it.
so much.
I love it.
Oh my god. I think it's like a weird.
bus coffers.
Well, my mom,
Yeah.
she's got like germophobia shit. So like anytime someone coughs in the house, they'll be on the other side of the house and she'll hear a cough and she'll like retreat back and like
Yeah.
cover her face.
She has her own panic room.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster, but germs
Yep.
are the intruders.
That's like Howie Mandel's house.
Yeah.
Oh, is he a germaphobe?
Yeah.
Is that why he shaves his head?
Yes,
I think it is, yeah.
And speaking of
fucking
OCD, I have our segue.
Yay!
Oh wow, that just
Whoa.
made my
Yeah.
eardrum blow up. Did everybody get that?
Yep.
Segue.
Something popped.
OCD. Do you guys want me to tell you what the topic is?
Please do.
Speaking of
Do
being
you
having a head
dare
cold,
me?
I
Double
double
dare.
Do you
dare.
double dare me? It's double dare. What does that have to do with OCD?
What does that have to do?
Mark Summers, the host of Double Dare, suffered from OCD.
The neat freak?
yeah.
Yep.
So Bert
Who
was
told you
being
you were
really
a neat freak?
insensitive.
We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
It's all fresh.
That's
fresh
gonna
in
be
our
fun.
minds.
It is fresh in our minds.
Fresh.
Well, welcome to Coffee Donuts and Fucked Up Shit.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Can I have a ride?
Can I
Where
drink
are
some of your
I
water?
don't care. You gonna eat that?
I'll have some horseshoe
Oh, you're gonna
rash
eat it? Yeah,
sauce.
you're not gonna eat it.
Can I have some more?
Not after being
sauce?
coughed on.
Coming to your family restaurant work later.
And try out your new
I'm gonna
character,
try it out.
the
Can I try out my
cougher.
material at your work?
Oh my god.
Yeah. hey,
Yeah,
go
well, that's
for it.
where I try
I do it all
out.
the time.
That's where
Oh yeah, cool.
that's who gets my bad jokes first. Is work.
He's just trying out new material. Don't worry about him. We're doing Double Dare!
Double Dare,
Double
yo.
Dare.
Double Dare!
Double Dare, you guys. Marcus has been wanting me to do Double Dare, I think, since the beginning.
Yeah.
Of
It's
time.
been years.
He
So-
won't shut up
Because we've
about
actually been
it.
doing this for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think we have
I
been
think.
at it for about that long.
It's been a while. I don't
I've just
even
been
know.
on a bender, so it all just kind of blurs together.
Yeah.
It does
I feel the
blur
same
together.
way.
I
You
actually
show up for the most part.
Yeah.
We started
Yeah.
in April. It was like Easter when we had that big meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
when my bender started. Yeah.
That was 2018.
The Easter bender.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a
I
while
didn't
now.
have a home then.
You still
we didn't.
don't.
Long
We
way.
didn't start releasing until January
Wow.
this year.
Well,
Fun fact for all you
great
listeners out
job,
there.
everybody.
Pop-up video.
I learned a lot of things from pop-up video.
video
I
rules.
can't
I love that
lie.
shit.
I still spelled some
It'd
pop-up
be like,
video
this
facts.
backup dancer wound up killing his wife.
Video.
It's like the song "Love Me, Love Me." And it'd just be like pop, and like this person's a pedophile.
What if that was a feature, like a sex offender pop-up video? Like you just go around and you can
So
figure
any
out.
R. Kelly video?
Oh.
Oh, look out. Well, I learned from the
Shots
Jewel.
fired at R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey, don't beat him while he's down.
I learned from the Jewel one for who is her. Because that was shot in a bathroom, so the pop-up video, one of the facts that like stuck with me forever
Jewel
is
took
the
a huge
stupid-
shit in the bathroom.
No, it's the second stall in the bathroom is the most commonly chosen
Yes, I told
by
you.
people. Everybody
Because
goes for the second stall.
Yeah.
First one's
First
close to the
one.
door. The last one shows that you
Because
have.
the first
So I don't
one
use the second
means
stall.
like you rushed into shit.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
You know? Like
Maybe.
you're just like,
Or maybe because Jewel's in there, you're like,
I
you
thought
open the door and you're like,
Yeah.
Jewel! God damn
opening
it.
all the doors, like Jewel. I
know
bet
what?
the Jewel pop-up video would just be like, who would save? Like, no one will save Jewel's soul.
No one.
It's too late for Jewel.
will save your soul, Jewel. Give me your soul, Jewel.
Me hands the army home.
Oh, I love you. Whenever I bring someone to hams, I'm like, my hams are small, I know, but they're
You gotta
not
sing it like a
yours,
leprechaun.
they are. I don't know why you go Irish in that song, but she
Yeah.
gets a little Irishy.
She's Canadian.
Yeah, you
right?
can.
Yeah, I
A
think
little
so.
Irish.
I'm not sure.
And it's like, I get like a,
Yeah,
I get like an arched back, and I like.
Yeah, you get Tyrannosaurus. hands.
To do a good Jewel, you have to start yawning.
Yeah, you're like yelling while you're yawning.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
good
speaking of Irish, I got my tattoo, big piece on my arm, like fully
It looks
colored.
fantastic.
It looks
Thank you. I'm
Great job.
totally
Really
thrilled.
lovely.
I'm going to shout out. I don't give a shit. Bradley Trotter at Black End Tattoo in Minneapolis
Shouts
is
out.
fucking amazing.
Shout out.
P.S. But so while I'm getting it done, when I first got there, Bradley put on Gorillaz radio. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. I love Gorillaz. And so we're chilling, getting tattooed, listening to good music. And then all the rest of the staff started to come in. And the receptionist, she was so hip that she looked bored with it. Like, she's like, I'm so hip, I don't even care anymore about
boring.
how hip
Boring.
I am. And she came up and she's like, Bradley, I changed the radio. It's this guy I saw last night at the theater. He's Kenyan, but he's from here. and she put it on, and it was a great song actually. But it kicked out this radio station, and so. At one point, I'm getting my tattoo done, and I'm laying on my belly so we can get the underside of my arm. And I'm in this position where I can't, like, do things to distract myself, like fuck with my phone or anything. So I'm just laying there with the pain, and all of a sudden, this a cappella Irish dirge, like, female song comes, and it's so
I
long.
was a fisherman's daughter.
Exactly. I'm just laying there in pain, can't do anything, and I'm just this a cappella, just
give birth to a child.
I've lost my babies in the pond.
Me womb don't work.
The potato famine killed my mother, father, sister, daughter, brother. Now
Only
I
slower.
live, and now I live in
Me
the
brother, me
red.
husband, we are one.
So that was the most miserable moment of my
Incest,
tattoo.
miscarriage, folk.
Miscarriage folk.
You guys,
Oh my
I
God.
had a nightmare. I had a baby last night. Like
Yeah?
I birthed a baby,
baby boo-boo?
by accident. I had a baby boo boo.
Let Evan take care of it.
And then
Hey, give me a baby. You gonna eat that?
Had any extra babies?
Take it to
Evan will
Arbay's.
take it.
in the dream, I didn't know how often you're supposed to feed it, and that
Oh.
was very anxiety.
When they're hungry.
And you Googled, like, when do I feed baby?
Yeah, and then
I can't wait to be a dad, and just my Google search engine is like, is it alive? Is it supposed to sleep and not breathe for 4 days straight?
How blue is too blue for human skin?
how many
Baby blue good?
how many beans, baby, bad?
How many beans can I feed baby before baby explodes?
It's like a game exploding.
Alexa, is baby dead?
One of my favorite waitressing moments, I was at this shitty sports bar. Oh my God. I would burn that place down if I could. But like, I walked up to the table to drop their beers off, and this chick, she goes, I've taken so many pregnancy tests this week. And I'm like, that's the best sentence I've ever walked in
up
on.
to?
That
Yeah.
was fucking great.
And you're like, and this beer's gonna help for sure.
Yeah, why don't you have a little more beer?
I used to be a little bit neurotic about birth control in college, so I would take Plan B like all the time.
Oh my
And then you
God,
developed
Jenna.
a passion for the taste?
Jesus, do you have intestines anymore? Did
Yeah,
you
I
shit
feel
out
like-
all your internal organs from that?
I just think I'm infertile. I think that's.
Oh
what-
my, yeah, you are permanently sterile. I think
Just
sterile is permanent.
Scorched earth
Scorched
going
earth,
down on that.
exactly.
I think I've taken it probably
just-
5 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that
Stop.
good. And I never
I've
needed
never
to.
tried it.
Well, let
My
me
new
tell
YouTube
you.
series, Plan B Challenge.
The Plan B
Gulp,
challenge.
gulp, gulp. I don't know.
How many Plan
Does
Bs
it
can
taste
you
like
take?
Pepto-Bismol? That's just what I
No,
assume.
it's just but the guy at the
Yeah, it's like a
pharmacy,
Tums.
the Boynton pharmacy, he like kind of knew me by this.
It's like,
point.
hey,
Yeah, the usual.
Another
again,
Plan
Jen.
B.
Your
Do you want
usual.
the gummy version this time? They're chewable.
Oh, yummy.
Starts
Gonna get
pouring
you
a
your
shot
huge-
glass.
Oh my God. Well, I hate to be a taskmaster, but this Double Dare shit,
Master my
Why you're the
tasks.
best.
it's 22 pages long.
Let's get
You're the
it.
best. All right.
Double
So we
Dare.
gotta do this. We
Well,
gotta
what's
get
the
into
Double
it.
Dare theme song? Do we know? Does it have one?
It's just music. I
I
can't remember how it goes.
Let's
It's just
throw
like,
a
burp,
pie
burp,
at a
burp,
kid's
burp,
face
burp,
for money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
Hey,
I never watched Double Dare because we lived out in the sticks.
You were
and-
too poor.
Yeah. Well, no, we just
poor to watch
Too
Double
poor
Dare.
for Double
we
Dare.
we didn't get
We watched
Nickelodeon.
All in the Family, and we liked
Right.
it.
And we liked it.
You guys watch
Tell it the way it
Funhouse.
is, Archie
We
Bunker.
watched Married with Children, and we laughed.
No, I watched like a generic knockoff version called Funhouse, which was, well, that's just what it was.
Which was just your family, like, acting.
Yeah.
You're like, Eric likes obstacle courses. Throw eggs at him.
Eric likes shiny
The hula
moving
hoop of
things.
death. Kerosene and fire, and throw a hula hoop on.
What the hell is
Oh,
that?
here we go. Is that
Oh,
the
you
double
found
dare?
the music?
Oh,
I was
hell,
like,
this
whose
is metal
phone
as
is
hell.
on?
That did sound kind of like double
Dun,
kick.
dun, dun. That's about right.
It's time for double tap.
Well, one thing Mark Summers always said when he started the show was, on your mark. Summers.
Oh, 'cause
On
his
your
fucking
mark,
name?
Summer. No, I don't know.
Oh!
On your mark. Get
I
set.
get it.
Go. And then they would start the toss-up. But we'll get into all that. So here we are. We have a lot of people that are involved that we're going to be kind of referencing throughout the packet. We got Mark Summers, who's a host. We've got John Harvey the announcer. Robin Russo, she's on stage for most of the show. She's one of the crew. We've got Jeffrey Darby, who is the executive producer and co-creator. Bob Mittenhall, co-creator. Mike Klinghoffer, co-creator.
How many people does it take to create a show where you just throw pie at kids?
A lot, apparently.
Really? Yeah, a lot.
Dana Calderwood was the director, Byron Taylor was the set designer, and Steve Panapacker was the property
Yeah, we're
manager.
gonna
But who
need
gives a shit?
Panapacker on this one.
Give me Panapacker.
Get Panapacker on the
Yeah.
Get him
phone.
in on here.
What are we gonna do with this property?
We need someone to manage it.
Panapacker. Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, coffee, donuts, fucked up shit. We usually do like some pretty fucked up shit. Double Dare isn't that fucked up. There's some fucked up moments.
It's
Yeah,
playful.
it's more fun up.
Fun
It is.
up.
Well, truthfully, Double Dare is really just a massive success story. Running
See,
from.
wait, I was so excited because I thought a Double Dare Coffee Donuts Fucked Up episode would involve like sex trafficking and
Yeah.
like child labor laws or like
An Eastern European
Yeah.
Double Dare is child
That
labor
does, yeah.
laws.
North Korea Double Dare.
You-
Watch
you
the
run-
kids running a hamster wheel in it.
Lights the whole village.
You run in giant
Hey,
wheel and it
keep
powers.
cheering or they'll stop
powers
running and you
village.
won't have power.
Milk the goat.
Milk the goat.
Milk
For
the
next
goat.
round, you peel potato, and we make goat milk potato.
Goat milk potato
and we
soup,
continue-
everyone's favorite.
We continue to live for another week.
On the next Polish. My accent was terrible.
then-
Polish Double Dare.
Polish
Polish Double Dare, we just throw empty vodka fifths at local idiot Willie.
Come
And
on
we
out
laugh.
here, Willie.
We laugh at his pain because his pain is metaphor for entertainment.
All right, children, wind up, throw
Gather
that
up,
to Willie.
throw the vodka fifth,
Oh, you hit him really good.
hit him in the head.
Chug.
There was international Double Dare. So, Double Dare ran from 1986 to 1993, but
Solid run.
it still continues.
Yep. That's
They-
more than the show Joey.
Oh.
By like a
I'm assuming
lot.
By like 7.
Yeah.
Double Dare filmed approximately 525 episodes.
Wow.
And the fun thing is that they more than tripled Nickelodeon's viewership almost instantly because Nickelodeon was they were at the bottom of the cable heap.
Yeah, was this
And-
like was the era when it was like weird like coming of age shows, not cartoons necessarily, where it's like Pete and Pete? And,
No, this is way earlier.
Way
This is when
earlier?
Nickelodeon didn't quite know what they were doing with themselves.
we
They
don't
had
know what we're doing.
Like we got okay, so we got a television station.
Yeah, we got check.
Now
We got
what?
kids.
they had rights to like.
I ordered some kids.
Well, they had some shitty stuff. I mean, they had Pinwheel. They had you. They're pretty famous for You Can't Do That on Television, which was I watched that when I was a kid. That was a sketch comedy
Okay.
sort of
They- they had-
situation.
They had that arcade game too, didn't they? Starcade or something like that?
No, that was on Nickelodeon.
Oh, shit.
Starcade, I think, was just on like a network.
Never mind.
Also a fun show. But speaking of You Can't Do That on Television, Jeffrey Darby was one of the creators of that as well. We'll get into that because that brings the slime in. But yeah, Double Dare tripled Nickelodeon's viewership. It spawned spin-offs, rip-offs, international versions, live road show, 2 revivals, shit tons of merchandising, and countless parodies. I think we've all seen TV shows that have like, I know Bob's Burgers had Family Fracas, which is totally
Like-
Double Dare.
Much like Funhouse, the cheap version I watched.
That wasn't a show.
It was. It was.
That was your
Just your
parents.
It wasn't.
family acting sock puppets.
Don't ruin this for me.
Just throw pudding in Eric and tell him he's on Funhouse.
Where's Funhouse?
Just throw some more shit at him.
Make him run up and down the stairs.
Yeah, hey, you having fun, kid? Look at that.
It's the mow the lawn challenge. How fast can you mow the lawn?
As long as you live in this house, you're having fun, okay, kid?
Don't get stung by the bees.
But bring in more bees, please. Over its 7-year run, Double Dare morphed into Super Sloppy Double Dare, Family Double Dare.
Super sloppy double
Okay,
dare?
I'm sorry, that sounds like
Sloppy?
a porno, I'm gonna say.
Awesome. It sounds awesome.
It sounds like something from Bang Bros. Am I right?
Yeah. Super sloppy.
Yes, I'm right. Okay.
You're right.
Just
Well-
say I'm right and we can move on.
You're right. Well, it's funny because Nickelodeon wasn't the only one who had Double Dare Fox, actually. So Family Double Dare popped up on Fox for like 6 months and then it moved over to Double Dare. They tried to have a celebrity spinoff, but it didn't fly. And the host that they had in place for celebrity spinoff was Bruce Jenner.
Brucey!
Pre-K, I mean many years, like 20, 30 years pre-K
Yeah,
than
when
Bruce
he
Jenner.
was running.
But like to me, I'm like, who would make
From
Bruce
the
Jenner a game show
Yeah,
host?
he's
not
so
really.
uncharismatic. Like, not fun to look at.
I mean, he's a
Not
great
fun
person,
to
but not a
look
game
at.
show host. That's all I'm saying.
I
You're a
guess
great
I don't
athlete.
know. I only know Bruce's Caitlyn, and pretty much I don't really know Bruce.
I just know him yelling at the Kardashian children.
Yeah, he's just America's dad.
Yeah.
Yes, he wants to mow. Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner wants to mow your lawn.
Can I mow your lawn? No, Caitlyn Jenner.
I
Get
like
Get out of here.
that.
Get out of here.
out. Go.
So, internationally, versions of
You
versions
like
of
that one?
there was no actual Polish Double Dare, but it did pop up in Australia, England, Germany, France, Canada, the Netherlands, India, and Brazil.
I would watch all of those.
I want to see
dares.
India
Yeah.
Double Dare.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so much curry dumped
Curry.
in places you don't want curry dumped into.
That's
Run
some of
through
the slime.
Oh,
The
my
curry
God.
pants challenge. You
Yeah.
pour curry in your pants and you run around and spank each other.
Well, they probably have the walk on hot coals challenge.
Yeah, it's,
too.
that's
I
some
mean,
real hardcore
there's an
shit.
India Double Dare is super hard.
It's the Cobra Pit. We replaced the ball pit and put a bunch of cobras in there. Uh-oh, here comes the Cobra flute. Get in there, Bobby. You have 7 minutes to survive.
So, Double Dare was actually originally Nabisco's idea. Children's merchandising was totally booming in the 80s, and Nabisco wanted
We
to
want in
do
on
that
this
too.
kid
They want
action.
that shit. But they're like, oh,
Sweet kid bunny.
Sweet kid, buddy.
they couldn't figure out how to make a Nabisco cartoon that was,
We got a little Oreo running around, and it laughs and drinks milk. Kids will love it. We'll call it Oreo and Friends. Kids are dumb. Don't fucking buy any Mr. Nabisco.
Just eating crackers.
Just eating.
I'm miserable.
Mr. Nabisco,
Always
we got
eating crackers.
busy.
Just spitting
How are we
crackers
gonna
in your
make money
face.
off these stupid kids? Give me Pendergrass.
Pennepecker.
Give me Darby.
Pennepecker. But Nabisco dropped out. Nickelodeon continued to run with it. So initially they envisioned it like kids interacting with Nabisco products.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How
And
much
this-
Eat a bunch of
flour?
Oreos.
How much
I don't know.
flour can you eat?
What other Nabisco products are there? Is
Oh, Nutter Butter?
Nutter butter.
Nabisco ding.
there cookies?
What's Nabisco?
think, yeah,
stuff?
that's
just
just
do
Like
cookies.
real crackers?
They
Do
do
they make
Ritz?
eggs? Does Nabisco make eggs?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what they do. Bleach? Does Nabisco make bleach?
We'll do the bleach challenge where they just drink some bleach and run around till they pass out. Kids are dumb. Let's make money off.
Oh, Keebler Man. It could be fun.
Little Keebler elves.
Is Nabisco Keebler?
No, sorry. That was
Yeah,
just a
I think
similar
that's
Google
I think the
Different.
Nabisco's like
That's
he's
not-
like a little sailor, isn't he?
Chips Ahoy. Okay.
Didn't
Chips
they have a little sailor
Ahoy,
guy?
They have a Nabisco
Velveeta,
man.
Ritz crackers, Teddy Grahams, Triscuit crackers.
Teddy Graham.
Vanilla or Velveeta Man.
Wheat
I would
Thins.
watch that.
Velveeta Man.
Adventures of Velveeta Man.
Jesus.
Instead of slime, you get covered in piping hot,
melted
nacho cheese.
Velveeta. This
Velveeta.
is beautiful.
You make mac and cheese. Okay.
I'd watch
It's like
that.
you're 7 years old. How long can you sustain these third-degree burns? Oh my
You're
God.
scarred for life, but it's going to be worth it because you got a free trip to Busch Gardens.
And the ER.
They did win trips to Busch Gardens.
Oh, I always
So-
wanted to go there.
Yeah, me
Jeffrey
too.
Darby and Bob Mittenhall had two big influences when they put Double Dare together. It was a combination of the 70s game show Battle of the Network Stars,
Classic.
which also featured an obstacle course, and the board game Mousetrap. Darby said, quote, I always wanted to put a live kid through a Rube Gold machine.
Sick fuck.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I said, where they would be
sounds
the
weird
pinball
when
and
you say it.
mousetrap.
I always wanted to fuck with kids.
I always wanted to torture kids in
know-
a way that seemed fun, but then
Yeah.
eventually ended up just being really painful and
Doctor told me
humiliating.
that my kid juice doesn't work, so I just want to like borrow people's kids and fuck with them.
Like Evan. Oh my
So
God.
Evan,
I
you
like
should be
this
a
guy.
game show
Yeah.
host.
That's what I'll do.
You'd be a great game show
Yeah.
host.
Yeah.
You have no shame.
Welcome to Spank the Kid.
Oh God, that's got to be a Japanese one.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure. And the other thing that happened was that Darby promised Nickelodeon that they would bring Double Dare in for under $10,000 an episode, which is
cheap.
that's super cheap.
Yeah.
So this led to a lot of creative thinking when it came to making obstacles and physical challenges on the cheap.
Lots of
On the
cardboard.
cheap.
So you can't have Double Dare without the host, Mark Summers. Also,
Summers.
America's sweetheart.
you Unwrapped. I think you said you grew up watching Unwrapped.
Loved
Jenna.
Unwrapped.
I like
My
that show too.
favorites. It's so docile and so informative.
Yeah.
And you can nap to it too. It's informative and soothing.
What's
And-
that show? I don't know that.
Unwrapped, Food Network.
Yeah, they just show making candy
Can't
and
like,
food. Like,
Oh, and
Like-
here's how
So he's
gobstoppers
still
are made.
working?
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Summers has
He's busy?
a pretty prolific career. He has not stopped working. He's doing it.
Good on you, Mark. Good
Good
on
on
you.
you, Mark.
And he's never been arrested that we know of or anything. Nothing
He was in
fucked
a
up?
bad car accident, I understand.
That's kind of fucked
I do believe
up.
I didn't get the details on that, but
Wasn't his
Was
fault.
he drunk
is-
driving and taking pills?
yeah, he was doing nitrous oxide, just
Yeah.
huffing that in
Ooh,
computer
I like
duster. Yep.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I'm wearing a blindfold.
You double dare me?
Of course. Somebody
spice it up.
throw a pie at me.
He's just talking to himself. I bet you can't do it.
Yeah,
Buckle up.
on your mark.
Oh, get it?
Yeah.
So, at what point in your life do you realize that you want to be a game show host when you grow up? I suppose if your parents name you Wink Martindale, you have no other choice.
Fuck yeah.
I actually went to high school with a kid whose name was Guy Lavender.
Guy fucking Lavender.
Guy Lavender. I'm like, you have no, you can
have to do
only be a
porn.
game show host.
Yeah,
or
or
a porn.
game show.
Or porn.
Or
Or
a
a lounge singer.
drag.
Guy Lavender.
I feel like you should maybe
Thanks
be on
for
the
coming
news
out
too.
today.
Hi, I'm Guy Lavender.
Weatherman.
Weatherman, yeah.
Guy,
Exactly.
yeah,
I just
Weatherman.
think you sell soap.
Yeah.
A guy
I would
sell
buy
soap
that
and
soap,
you drink
though.
scotch.
Guy Lavender's herbal soaps.
Yeah, lavender soap. It's
Guy
so
Lavender, the soap. What's up, bitches? Buy my soap.
It's velvety like my suit. I
Guy
wear a
Lavender,
velvet suit.
motherfucker. You think it's a game? You think it's a motherfucking game?
I like this
God,
guy.
don't
No,
give
I
it
like it
I
because
don't
he
think I
looks
like
me
him
right
either.
in the eye when
Yeah.
he's doing it. Like we're just full eye
We can switch
contact.
chairs all we want. I'm still gonna.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm still suffering under your gaze.
Aha, you thought your little trick would mess me? Nuh-uh.
So Mark Summers knew right away that he wanted to be a game show host. He says, I grew up watching Bob Barker. I was a Price is Right freak and a Jeopardy freak. Back then,
Ooh.
NBC, CBS, and
Freaky.
ABC would have game shows on from 9 in the morning until 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. When you were sick from school or just faking it, you would sit home and watch game shows all day. I was just mesmerized by that whole situation. Bob Barker was a star. Bill Cullen was a star, and Jack Berry was a star. And I thought, what a cool way to make a living.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, yeah, too. Anybody ever want to take up the bold quotes and do voices? Just let me know. You can jump right in.
I got it.
Coughing
get the
Max
cougher on
Summers.
it.
So Summers got his first game show gig in '74 as an idea man for Truth or Consequences.
I'm an idea man.
We're idea people.
I want that job. I got
Yeah.
a lot of ideas.
You have to have no follow through. You just have to think stuff up.
Yeah, what about some kids and they kind of whack each other with sticks?
We're
It's an idea. It's an
people.
idea.
The idea, man.
It's the idea.
It's
All
an
right.
idea.
You guys figure it out for
You
me.
guys figure it out. I'll give you $10,000.
He worked on a number of game shows before scoring the Double Dare host gig, but he was doing like a sub announcer. He had gigs warming up audiences for like Soap and Star Search and Alice, just some guest appearances, blah, blah, blah. But over 3,000 people auditioned to host Double Dare,
Wow.
including Dana fucking Carvey.
Huh.
What, they didn't hire Dana Carvey?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. To quote Mark Summers, everybody I've ever met says they auditioned for that job. But here's the story.
Who is he meeting? Where is he? The Double Dare Conference
Barista.
Expo in Orlando?
I auditioned for
Oh,
that.
nice to meet you.
I feel like it was a lot
Support
of.
group.
like a lot of awkward run-ins at like parties. Like, hey,
Hey, Mark, you know that I auditioned
Summers.
for that too.
Yeah, you know, I tried out
Came
for that
down to
shit.
you and me, bro. You and me, bro.
Yeah, Jay Leno
You
audition.
gonna eat that?
Sylvester Stallone auditioned for Double Dare. Is that what you're saying?
You kids want to throw some eggs at each other?
This kid gonna get egg. You're supposed to drink the egg. You're not supposed to throw it at
Then you run up the stairs. So, to quote Mark Summers, everybody I ever met says they auditioned for that job. But here's the story I got. They initially wanted Soupy Sales to do it. Then it worked
Is
out.
that a cartoon like octopus or something?
I have Soupy Sales. Yeah, that's how he absolutely has to talk.
Who is that?
Oh my,
I
I'm
think it's
Soupy
a really
Sales.
old comedian, like vaudeville. It's but I don't
He's just this
entirely know.
90-year-old
It's got to be like the Civil War
minstrel act
vet
comedian or something.
Like we love your act, Soupy Sales, but the blackface isn't gonna fly.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh my
need you to get rid of the
Jesus
blackface.
Christ.
You were
Wipe that
out
off.
of date, sir.
Not 1910.
It's not.
Virginia.
You can't do a ragtime dance.
Oh,
Just throw a pie at me and let the magic happen.
I'm not sure who Soupy Sales is, but he sounds old.
Soupy Sales, drop us a comment down below. We want to hear from you.
I just feel like he probably hung out with fucking who's that guy who's like, oh, my little
Doopy
chickadee.
Dales.
Oh, W.C.
W.C.
Fields.
Fields. Like, that's what it sounds like.
W.C.
Like they
Fields
would
and
go out
Soupy Sales.
drinking.
Yeah, going out on the
W.C.
town.
and Soupy Sales getting fucking
Like the
hammered.
good old days, right, Soupy?
Killing a whore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's just bury a
So-
hooker for old time's
So
sake.
many dead whores.
Get Fatty Arbuckle in here. So then it worked out, but we're still in the quote. Then it worked out that he was too old. Go figure.
Yeah, there you go.
Soapy.
The name
According-
says it all.
Turned out he was actually dead 50 years ago.
According to the story I was told. And as I was told, they had offered the job to Dana Carvey on the same night that he got the SNL offer. He took
Okay.
SNL.
What could have been?
I've always meant to thank him for that. What were you going to say, Jenna?
I feel like his name is Soupy Sales because all he eats is soup.
Maybe.
I just love soup.
I just love soup so much.
You can turn soup into anything into soup.
You could put it on your pants. You could throw it at someone.
That's just this whole kid, just him walking around with a novelty-sized bowl
Yeah.
of soup, just whoa, splashing it on people.
Balancing it on his head.
Soupy Sales.
Fun
Legend.
fact. The legend, apparently not that legendary, because we don't know who the fuck you are. So, fun fact, Mark Summers is a magician. Fun fact, his birth name is Mark Berkowitz, but he changed it on account of that whole son of Santa thing.
No way.
It just doesn't fly. You just don't get jobs as game show hosts.
No.
Related to that wacko who murdered people?
No, I swear. Fun fact, he was running a smoked salmon company when he auditioned for
How
Double Dare.
tasteful.
Yeah, smoky.
Did he smoke the salmon?
Summer-
Like he had
Good
like a,
side gig.
Summer smoked
It's
salmon.
reliable.
Yeah.
Summer smoked salmon.
that's so weird. How do you get into that?
We're only open
I
in the
don't know.
fall.
You have a passion for salmon.
I
That's how you
guess,
get
yeah.
All you need is a
Smoking
smoker.
stuff.
I'm like, I love salmon. You can smoke it. You can dry it.
You can poach
You
it.
can put it on
bake
a
it.
pizza.
You could rub it on your
Yeah,
body.
I hate salmon.
Yeah, I don't like salmon. You know
I
why I don't
love
like
salmon.
salmon?
What?
It tastes so much like salmon.
True. God.
That's the worst
burn.
part.
Haters.
Take that salmon.
Another fun fact, Mark Summers, as I mentioned earlier, suffers from OCD. The kind which manifests in the need to clean obsessively. But
It's not the show for you, Mark.
it is not, well, but he is a professional. He was a consummate professional. To quote the former president of Nickelodeon, Jerry Laybourne, the thing to me that's so amazing is Mark never told us anything about his OCD. He never complained. He never mentioned it. When you think about the fact that this guy put himself through being the host of the messiest game show in the world, that's pretty amazing
It's
to
like
me.
therapy. It's like shock therapy. Like put
It
yourself in the
wasn't,
environment.
though. He didn't enjoy it. It was hard.
It drove him to murder.
Well, yeah, he drove him to fight with Burt Reynolds. Oh my God, we'll get to that in a minute.
Now that makes sense why it was so traumatic for him. Like a surprise mess attack. If you have OCD like that, oh.
No, I think at that
Burt
point,
Reynolds.
right? Well, let's say we're gonna get to the Burt Reynolds. We're really close, you guys. But the thing about his OCD is Mark Summers really doesn't want to talk about it. He appeared on Oprah. He brought everything out. To quote him, all that OCD stuff has been blown out of freaking proportion. I dealt with what I dealt with. I wasn't going to let my OCD screw up my opportunity to host the kind of show I had always wanted to host. Yes, I have it. Yes, I lived through it, but I never let it affect the show in any way, shape, or form. He used to get hugs from kids when they just got off the obstacle course too.
Yeah, all grimy.
He wouldn't hug the kids.
He had a hard time with it.
He has a pat on the shoulder, kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just give me one of those like full or distance body hugs.
Yeah.
When he was on Oprah, he said, to quote, "There I am hosting a television show where people are throwing, green buckets of goo on each other. But then you take what was going on in that show, and if you watch the first 65 episodes, I never got a drop on me. The kids would be over here just consumed in whipped cream and chocolate, and I would be sort of over here, and people would say, 'How do you not get a drop on you?' And at some point, the producers came to me and said, 'You really do have to participate as much
You
as
have
possible.'"
to touch the kids.
No.
Not like that, though.
You've been talking to the kids, and you're kind of being a little. You're not hugging them.
Would you just hug the kids?
Yeah.
They hate you.
They hate you, Mark.
hate you, Mark.
They think you're cold.
Come join us in the goo, Mark. We are the children of the goo.
We have
Please
whipped cream
join
for
us.
you, Mark.
Join us, Mark.
Join us.
Join us.
I'm gonna join you. This sounds fun.
Kinda.
Children
There was
of the goo.
Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. There was only one time when Mark Summers' professionalism could not overcome his disgust, and that was when they used dog food in a challenge.
Oh,
But see, that would have got Eric too.
Far.
I get it.
Too far.
I hate dog food and cat food, and he kind of
Kind that looks like refried beans.
Yeah.
Or something.
But I like
God.
refried beans. That's the problem.
Well, I like refried
dog food,
beans.
too.
So
No,
how many times have you eaten dog food,
And then,
Jenna?
is
It's
this
a s-
refried
it's-
beans?
I think
Not
it's a
as many
smell
times
thing.
as I've taken Plan B. That's
But you still eat
You have
dog
an interesting
food, right?
palate. We've discovered that today.
Oh shit!
once, okay?
5 times, he said.
Does
Right,
anyone want
yeah.
to read the Mark Summers story about the dog food? Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can Soupy Sales read it?
Yes, please, Soupy Sales.
The only thing that was totally disgusting was they tried to do a physical challenge once with canned dog food. Whoa! If you open up a can of dog food anywhere near me, I will start throwing up. I mean it. They opened this can of dog food and started putting it in bowls, and kids had to throw it or something. I literally had to walk outside of the studio, and they had to change the physical challenge because I was so violently ill from the smell of freaking dog food. That had nothing to do with OCD. That was just a sensory thing. I only feed my animals dry food. I just can't get it into that wet stuff. It makes me throw up. That had nothing to do with OCD. That's just being a person. Whoa!
I get it. I totally get it. Soupy Sales.
Soupy Sales is just on rollerblades. Falling over, knocking over your face.
Oh God, Evan, that was so good.
I can't talk like that. I almost like just fainted. I lost a lot of
too.
oxygen.
I did too, like laughing. I could breathe.
Yup.
Oh, thank you. No, that was good. So moms also totally had the hots for Mark Summers. Quoting
The kids
quote,
are away.
Oh, I'm gonna put on double there. Hey, Mark. Pie frosting on my tits.
So to quote Mark Summers, we did these.
Honey, what are you doing with that pie? You're home early.
I was just testing out a new recipe, honey. All whipped cream.
So moms totally had the hots for Summers. To quote Mark, we did these meet and greets before the live shows. One time, this very hot, sexy woman came over and said, "Can I take a picture?" And just as they were going to take the picture, the woman stuck her hand down the back of my pants and grabbed my ass. My actual
Okay, that's a
ass.
little
Like his
salty.
asshole?
I'm sorry.
Like-
I hope so.
Like a finger.
That's
I hope
assault,
she just
brother.
went. Well, I hope she dug her, like put your fingers in the crack and then just
Yeah.
make sure you get a good
The mom
full
kept
squeeze
fingering
of
my
wet.
butthole as I took several pictures with her.
A good handful
I
of
stayed
Summers.
there for that picture for a good hour.
You think Drew Carey gets that hosting?
No.
I hope
Nobody's
so.
fingering Drew Carey's ass.
Aw, poor Drew
just the
Carey.
cast.
But when she was leaving, she
He's
said,
doing fine. He's doing fine. Don't feel bad for Drew Carey.
I can finger my own ass.
"Yeah, you can pay someone to finger his ass.
Right.
He's got enough
Didn't think of that,
money."
did you?
He's got Price is Right money.
So after she grabbed his ass, she said, "My husband's a cop, but he works midnight to 8 in the morning. Here's my number and address. You should stop and see me." And Mark's like, "Yeah, your husband's got a gun. That's a great idea."
Mark's got a good
Yeah,
head on
any
those shoulders.
come on that begins with "my husband's a cop" is
Yeah.
probably not gonna work.
Don't usually, yeah, no, don't.
My husband's a cop, but I'm so horny.
Maybe
so
he'll arrest us. Yes, Mark Summers' asshole's super tight.
do you think she was just smelling her fingers after she did that? Too? Like just getting a good.
I bet his asshole's like wax clean,
Oh,
OCD
gross.
style. You know,
It's got that good
Let's get
stank on
tight
it.
pink butthole.
I bet it is.
I somehow never
No
thought
green goo in that
we
butt.
would be talking about Mark Summers' butthole by the end of the day.
You know how when
Oh,
our cat
you
licks
should
her
have
butt,
assumed that.
Mm-hmm.
and then she comes off from the smell making that weird face because her
Yeah.
butt smells funny? I bet that's what that lady did. She like had Mark Summers' butthole scent on her finger, and then she'd smell it, and then she'd go
Yeah.
make that face.
but also turned on at the same time.
Oh God. So hands down, my favorite fucking thing that I stumbled on while researching this topic is the fact that Mark Summers and Burt Reynolds got on a fight
They got beef.
on
Yeah.
Jay Leno on the Tonight Show with Jay, and this was not staged, totally spontaneous.
Oh, it's so good.
Organic.
It's such a good
It's
clip.
Organic.
dude, it's fucking hilarious, and I got it word for word here.
You have the exchange?
So Burt had already concluded his interview. And he'd been, for the record, he had been on this really, really bad book tour. He's in the middle
These
of a
are
divorce.
the bad years of Burt.
He's not having
Not
a
a
good
good
time.
time.
Right,
No.
yeah.
Like he's becoming
He
irrelevant.
he hasn't been in a cannonball run
Yeah.
for a
No.
long time.
And Boogie Nights has not happened yet.
Yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit 4 isn't getting a rewrite.
No,
Yeah,
no.
It's a tough time.
Yeah, book tour is going bad, and
Who is
he's
he? He just got divorced from his wife. Which one? Lonnie Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson.
Okay.
Rough
Ooh, I
year.
just touched Jenna's leg.
That's my job.
I'll let
I'm
you
just
touch
Mark
my
Summers
butthole
the
next
shit
if you
out of her.
like.
What's that?
You Mark Summered her.
No,
Oh, I know that. No,
I
she
barely
got
know
Mark
her.
Cop
Summered.
I
wifed
just
her.
got Mark.
You got
Summered.
Mark Summered
You cop wifed her.
because you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't get to her butthole yet.
Yes.
Yet.
I'll move a little closer if you'd like.
Yeah. So Burt Reynolds is already fucking grumpy. He just comes in there and he's fucking pissy. You can tell from his body language. Apparently, he cut Jay Leno's tie off during his
Classic Burt.
leg.
Classic Burt.
So he's fucking,
What a
he's
loose
fucking
cannon.
pissed.
He's not even. He doesn't even have gum in his mouth.
No, he just does that thing with his mouth. That,
Yeah, he's always chewing.
yeah.
Leno, cut your top.
That's funny. Yeah, because it's funny.
I get scissors.
And again, I got to do a little backstory on Mark Summers here for this. So Mark Summers had been supposed to appear on the Tonight Show for like a year, but he kept getting bumped. So he's like and then when the limo
Reynolds.
from the Tonight Show came to pick him up on the way there, they got a flat tire. And the reason Mark Summers ended up appearing on the Tonight Show that night is because Carrot Top couldn't make it. No fucking lie.
That's
No
how I
fucking
got my
lie.
break in my career.
He's like, Carrot Top can't be here. We've got Harmless Evan. So
I got props.
so we're
Hey, not wearing pants.
Called the old an old umbrella I found. Hey, look at that. It
Hit
kind
my
of
wiener with a hammer. What do you want from me?
What's in this bottle? Is it pure vodka?
I'll drink it.
Okay.
so
Get that with Carrot Top.
so setting the stage. Bert's pissy. Mark is nervous as a fucking cat.
And Carrot Top's
Already.
nowhere to be
And
found.
Carrot
to be
Top is
found.
nowhere to be found. And Jay Leno sucks.
Yeah.
He's so not fucking funny. Oh my
not.
Jay
god.
Leno sucks.
I want to punch him so hard.
I've always hated Jay Leno. Yeah, always. Never liked.
That's all I hear out of his name. Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Go drive a Rolls Royce.
Burn.
He has a lot of cars.
I know
He does have a lot of
does.
He's got a baby carrot penis for
He
sure.
is
Probably.
Jay Leno's dick.
Baby penis, just like Isaac Brock.
It looks
Jay
like a
Leno.
Q-tip.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
what do you got? I got a small dick. What do you want?
So it's official. It's unanimous that the Coffee Donuts fucked up shit crew hates Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Fucking hate
This
him.
is a
We hate you,
unanimous.
Jay Leno.
I feel like we're closing doors for ourselves, but
I don't give a shit. This
We're
is
o-
like an East Coast West
we're
Coast
okay with that. We're
fucking
okay with that.
rivalry.
Let's get to the showdown.
All right,
so
here we
amped.
go. All right. So out comes Mark Summers. He's wearing one of those big '90s suits that have like extra material
How did I get here?
shoulder pads.
He
yeah,
looks great.
it's super shiny.
I'd stick my finger in Mark Summers' butt. Sorry. At that time.
Ooh.
But not now.
Not now, no.
All right.
Not 2019.
No,
Mark
90.
Summers.
90. No.
I'm more 93 Mark Summer
Yep.
butthole.
What about Brendan Fraser's butthole?
Anytime.
Easy.
Oh.
Anytime, anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere. He's the reason why I bought so much Plan B, baby.
He's the reason why my finger's brown. Oh my god.
Because we like
All
to
right.
make
Fraser
clothes.
no wipey.
All right. So Mark sits down, legs crossed, leaning towards Jay with his back towards Bert.
You don't put your back to Bert.
You don't put your back to
No.
Bert. It kind of looks like Bert takes exception to this body language. So
It's like,
it does.
fuck you, Bert.
He's just sitting there doing that shoe thing with his mouth out.
Showing, like, who's this guy?
He's
What?
looking for some
Oh, you
beef.
throw pie at kids? What is that,
Well, he
talent?
probably is like, who's this guy? Who the
Yeah.
fuck is this guy? I'm
Right.
Bert
This
fucking
guy with his
Reynolds.
back to me.
So
Why is he talking to Jay?
Mark
What are they
starts-
saying about me?
Mark starts talking about being a neat freak. And then about the time Double Dare filled a gigantic tank with 4,000 pounds of baked beans for kids to jump into. And that's when Bert joins in. So keep in mind, too, this is only like 1 minute and 20 seconds
can't help
into the
himself.
interview.
Yeah.
He just can't. So Bert says...
Gee, wish I would have seen that.
Everybody laughs, but Bert makes this sour face. Jay continues the interview. Nah, nah, nah. That's Jay Leno. Yeah, there it is. With a particularly stupid joke. And Bert says to Mark,
Yeah, who told you were a neatness freak? I'd say that because your back's to me. I was just talking to a back.
and then Mark Summers says,
No, I can talk to you too, Bert.
and changes his position while Jay Leno says,
Hey, watch out, he's got scissors.
Just a fucking little rat. Fuck you, Leno.
so Bert continues saying,
No, I was just wondering who told you that. Because
My wife tells me that often.
Yes.
she says, good morning, you're a neatness freak.
Well, I'm still married, by the way.
and that's when Bert Reynolds throws a mug of water in Mark Summers' lap.
Fucking mug of water.
Well, Mark
Which,
Summers-
first off, like, they're just drinking
Water out of
water in
coffee mugs.
mugs?
It looked like water.
Yeah.
It did not look like
Yeah,
coffee.
it was not
yeah,
coffee.
vodka,
Oh, that's
gin,
Maybe.
Bert's
gin maybe.
if it was my talk show.
So that's when Bert throws a mug of water in Mark's lap. Mark instantly tries to retaliate, grabbing Jay Leno's cup to throw in Bert's face, but Bert is fucking quick, and he blocks Mark like a little bitch,
Yeah, because
knocking
Bert's
the
Bert's a big dog.
He is a
Bert
big
is
dog.
a fucking
Dude,
big dog.
He's the original big dog, I think.
Dial this shit up on YouTube. Like, it's there. Anybody can watch it. Burt Reynolds versus Mark Summers. And it is a scientific example of a big dog versus a little bitch.
And then a watching little bitch.
It's literally like it's everything. It's like the height differential, just the demeanor. Like,
The
you just look
outfits.
at Big Reynolds and you go big dick, and then you look at Mark Summers and you go baby dick.
Little carrot, dude.
Little
carrot,
baby
no.
carrot dick.
Not
Yeah.
as small as Jay.
And it ends in a fucking pie off.
Well, and it kind of ruined things for me because I do like Mark Summers. I find him charming. Like, he's engaging. But after watching this, I can't help but look at Mark Summers like a little bitch. Like, because he was made a little bitch on this.
Just made a little bitch.
Dude, you're going up against fucking Burt Reynolds, and you're going up against like mid '90s pre Boogie Nights comeback, like drunken, depressed, and divorced Burt Reynolds.
Will fight
Like,
anybody,
you're gonna-
anyway.
you're gonna
He
fuck
was
him.
writing a book.
Yep, he was
Yeah,
on
what
a book
about-
tour that was
a
going
book
really
tour.
bad.
My life is cool. You should read it.
So Mark takes Jay Leno's cup and like he tries to throw water on Bert, but Bert fucking blocks it and he like shoves the mug like right into Mark Summers' face, and for a minute you like see the fucking fear in Mark
that little
Summers'
bitch's
eyes.
eyes.
You do. You like, but he gets his composure, and then Bert says,
Yeah, you're not a neatness freak anymore.
Mark
I
is
like that he calls him a neatness freak.
These are like the good days with Johnny. Get old Frankie Blue Eyes and we'd
Get
fucking
Dom
wrestle.
DeLuise out here.
I'd kick him in the balls, and Sammy Davis Jr. would pee on my face. We'd have a blast.
there it is. So Mark, you can totally see that Mark is like rattled. He reaches,
shook.
he tries to reach for his own coffee mug to throw on Bert,
Yeah.
but he like changes his mind, and then he struggles through a couple sentences. He's just like,
But Burt Reynolds just threw water on me. Did you notice that, folks?
and that's when Bert reaches over and pats Mark's hand and says,
And you'll treasure it later.
and Mark says in a not joking voice,
Don't touch me.
yeah, it looks tense. It looks like,
Ugh.
don't touch
Yeah.
me. Bert
Nobody tells me I can't touch you. I'm Burt Reynolds, damn it.
Burt goddamn
does
Reynolds.
what Bert would do. He shrugs it off a little and does that thing with his mouth. The chewing the gum that's not there.
Yeah.
And then Mark
Thorpe
leans
it.
into Bert.
I used to be on your show all the time. Win, lose, or draw. I used to love that show.
Funny. I don't remember.
Mark makes an awkward face while someone in the audience yells "Whoa!"
They're gonna fight.
So Mark totally tries to redirect the interview back to Jay, who mentions that Mark used to be. So Jay tries to like get the interview going again. He's like, Mark used to be a magician, and this makes Bert laugh hysterically.
And in his mind, he's just thinking,
Little bitch. Only
Little
little
bitch.
bitches are
Only
magicians.
Only little
Magic.
bitches do magic tricks, bitch. So while Bert is leaned back, laughing hysterically, then Mark takes the opportunity to throw his mug of water in Bert's lap.
Right.
But Bert plays it like totally cool, like a big
Total
dog,
Big dog.
and he like leans back and like spits the water
yeah,
out.
he's like spit like a little fountain thing.
It's all right. I don't mind. I deserved it.
You deserved it?
I deserved it.
I did.
I did it to you. I deserved it. You know, it's the kind of guy I am. As I was saying to your wife the other night, you know.
Zinger.
Wife. He's
Lots of
implying
wife.
he's having sex with Mark Summers' wife, and then like, that's
That's big dog vibes,
some
right
big dog
there.
shit.
That is, and Mark. Well, I bet Mark Summers' wife would have been happy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Mark Summers' wife.
God,
I'm
get
gonna
that
leave you out of
Reynolds
this.
cock in ya.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, Burt Reynolds wants to. Never mind. I'm not even going down that road.
Perfectly shampooed pubic hair of you know the
Perfectly
photo
coiffed.
I'm talking about. The
No
plate?
pubic dandruff. Oh, the Cosmo, Burt Reynolds.
Is that the spread where he's just
Yeah,
lying
look on the
down?
bear skin
Yep.
rug.
The greatest
Ooh, I want
body
that
hair.
framed on my couch.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds appeared naked in Cosmo, everybody. So that's what Mark
Look at him.
says.
I saw you with Katie Couric. You were a nice guy. I saw you on one of those PBS shows. You were very sedate.
It's easy to be nice to nice people.
That's when Mark makes like a dumb joke about Milton Berle or something, and says the joke is too obscure, and and then Burt goes,
Milton Berle jokes. To
Yeah.
"They don't land.
No, they never have.
Don't
Not with
land."
anyone.
Goes, too hard for the room? I bet that plays great on Nickelodeon.
That was good.
I know.
Sounds
And
good.
then Mark says,
At least I have a full-time job, though.
I know. And that's when the production crew appears with pies.
Let's give them pies.
Yep.
I bet they had the pies just in case.
I bet
Yeah.
they have the
For
whipped cream. They
sure.
probably have a craft service.
They were going to
Right,
throw
right.
pies at
Staged.
Mark Summers,
Yeah,
and
I
everyone
would
was going to
say-
laugh, and Burt
I'd
Reynolds
say-
was going
And
to
maybe,
chuckle.
Whipped cream.
maybe it was
It
mousse.
was staged.
It was not.
I bet it was.
Stop it, Mark.
So that's when the
It's
production
fake.
crew appears with pies. Bert and Mark stand back to back, classic dual stance, while Jay counts to 3. Bert turns kind of early.
He's just like, I'm going
Like-
to fucking nail
Yeah.
yeah,
this.
you guys, we all saw it. Like, so yeah,
He smokes him with the
Dude,
pies
the
so
look
hard.
on Burt
Like
Reynolds'
open hand,
face as he's just like pivoting on his foot.
Yeah.
To just,
open hand, palm, like
just
smack
and
to
he,
the
like,
face.
and
yeah,
it's full
not like a
contact
throw,
too.
It's
And
just
it's not
like
a throw.
It's
It's like a slap with a pie in his hand.
Yeah.
Exactly, just bitch,
Like you get
bitch
whiplash
slapped with a
from that kind
pie.
of shit.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
what it
that's a good
was.
way
He
to
got
put it,
bitch slapped with a pie, and Mark Summers lands it, but it like gets to the top corner of Bert's
It
Reynolds'
kind of
face.
like, yeah, it's like,
It was a little bitch throw for sure.
it's a little bitch throw.
and then Mark Summers scurries around behind Burt Reynolds, like gathering
to be
whipped
fair,
cream.
to be fair, if you this is like this Zapruder film. We're just examining it.
Oh
Like,
God, we are.
it's like they're back
Behind
to
and to
back,
the left,
but Bert
behind
is in
and to the left.
Bert's in the perfect for just like a quick pivot and slam. Mark is like got the wrong side because he's right-handed, so he like doesn't know where to turn, so he kind of turns around too late, and then by that time there's just a fucking pie
Yep.
in his dome.
and a
And
black eye
and
and a
he's-
concussion.
Yeah, I feel like that could have broken nose.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
covered. It's very nice.
yeah.
yeah. It was full contact. So
And
like,
Bert looks very happy.
Yeah.
then Mark Summers like scurries around and like gathers whipped cream and tries to throw it. And
Jay Leno, don't get me!
but then Burt Reynolds like snaps his towel and Mark Summers like does a little whoa. Yeah. So that was Mark Summers' one and only appearance on the Tonight Show.
After
never
all
been
the
invited
years
back.
and all the carrot top dropouts.
All the Carrot Top dropouts.
Imagine if it was though Carrot Top and Burt Reynolds. That kind of
That's
vibe.
the fight I want to see.
Oh,
That
Who's
would've been
this
a-
freak?
That would have been a real fight though, because
would've beat
Carrot
the
Top
shit
is
'cause-
alpha.
Well, I don't know
What?
about back then. I think that was before the
yeah.
steroids.
I
Yep,
don't
yep,
know,
yep. He was still a skinny little shit. Like,
He was a
You
little,
could see
he
the
was a little
rage in his
bitch.
eyes though.
Yeah.
In Carrot Top, I bet Carrot Top would have taken Burt Reynolds on. He wouldn't have.
Oh my god, he would have got his ass kicked.
He would have, but I think he would have put up a fight. He would have
It
tried to
would've
be a
been
big dog.
good- Yeah. It would have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, with Mark
It would've been like a
Summers, with
spazzy
Mark
fight.
Summers, it's just like, how
Carrot
can you
Top's
ask
wiry,
Burt
like-
Reynolds just be like, oh wow, you beat the shit out of Mark Summers. Like,
Right, like, it's
congratulations.
like
Are you
you-
that low right now, dude?
Yeah.
That you need a good self-esteem boost by beating the shit
You-
out
you
of
picked
a
on Mark
5'3"
Summers, it's true.
Kids
Right.
game show host. Hollywood, baby.
So that's the story of Burt Reynolds and Mark Summers, which I was like, I
He also
had
signed a
no
book
idea.
for him, too.
Yeah, because he was on that book tour and he autographed a book.
Hey, here's
and,
my book, kid.
According to Mark
You're
Summers,
okay.
he never read it.
you're okay in my
Took
book,
it like
kid.
a champ.
Yep.
He hugged him and he fucking smeared whipped cream all over his suit jacket.
Yes, he did.
It was like that final big dog push. Like,
Yeah.
It really was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna
Oh,
hug
that's
you.
that's such a big dog move. Like, I made fun of you. Now here's my book. I'm gonna sign it for
Yeah.
you. There you go, kid.
You know I'm a star.
So we use Big Dog instead of Alpha
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah,
You
you're
know I
big-
fucked
you use
Barbara
Big Dog.
Streisand, right? There you
Did
go.
Burt
It's in the
Reynolds-
book.
Did he?
Probably.
I would guess that he did.
I'd be okay with that.
Probably.
I'm sure she took that.
So much Hollywood muff.
She let that marinate.
Dolly Parton's titties. Oh, those are
God.
the days.
Only if you're lucky.
Burt Reynolds, bitch.
Yeah, he was in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas
He
with Dolly.
was.
Oh, they banged.
You know they banged.
I don't know. Dolly Parton's a class. Dolly Parton's no whore.
That's the
Let's
noise
keep
I
her
make when you know they
Dirt out of our
banged.
mouths.
You know what, though? We brought
Come
up Dolly
on.
Parton. That's amazing that we brought up Dollywood. That's $2 in one day.
Oh, yeah.
That's a $2 day.
That's a double dolly.
Double
I'll take a
dolly.
double
Ding,
dolly
ding,
day.
ding, ding. You
Ding
double dog
dong.
dolly dare me? Somebody throw a pie in my dick now.
She's America's sweetheart, all right.
I'm going to wear my pants.
Yeah, you
America's
can't. Like,
Best
yeah,
Kids.
you can't. That's.
I like a
They made that
double
movie
dolly.
when Burt Reynolds was like he
I'll
was
double
like a
dare.
stallion back
Oh,
then too.
dude.
Like
Yeah.
I
there's
would-
no like yeah, they're
Reynolds.
totally got it.
A man's man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Evan,
is.
can you read the book and
I'm gonna
report
read
back?
the book of Burt Reynolds, and then I'm gonna come back just wearing a
The book
fucking
of
like, what do you call it?
Bolo tie
and
with
just
the
chewing
oversized
gum.
hat.
Hell yeah.
Ah, the Book of
No,
Burt.
no, coffee donuts. Funny. Talk about fucked up shit.
Yeah,
I
fun.
have an inspirational book written
Yeah,
by
they
Chuck
make they
Norris.
talking to microphones.
No way.
I do.
I would read that.
Yeah, I did read it. It was really good.
It was
That's why
inspiring.
you kick
He was
ass.
buddies with Bruce Lee. Yeah. Well, a friend of mine's like, he's like, I know it sounds crazy, but I read Chuck Norris's book, and it was one of the most inspirational books I ever read. So I got it,
absolutely
and it's
believe
fucking
that.
He seems like a good dude.
great. He's all right. I can do your coughing character without even trying.
gonna eat that?
Yeah, I read Chuck Norris's book.
ride?
Can I have a right? Exactly.
Where's the Walgreens? I don't do CVS.
I can't get my Plan B. in
Yeah, you can't get your Plan B
CVS.
there. That's
Coughing,
why.
And then you just
Exactly.
slide Chuck Norris's book over to me. And I did it. This saved my life.
Well, you could buy a Chuck Norris's book for a penny on Amazon.
That's
Wow.
good.
So you can get a
I'm gonna buy
lot.
So they're just trying to get rid of them, is what you're
Buy
saying.
4 of them.
Nobody wants
10
it.
billion
All he can
copies.
afford is 4.
So back to Double Dare.
Back to
Double Dare. Now, Double Dare wouldn't have been the same without John Harvey. He was the announcer, Harvey the announcer.
Oh, so
He-
creative.
What should we call him?
Harvey the announcer.
Announcer guy?
He had
Drop
just-
the guy.
He had just recently been fired from his job as a morning radio DJ in Philadelphia. And
Fair
to
problem.
quote John Harvey, do you want to quote John Harvey, Jenna?
Sure.
Yeah?
I've lost 2 parents. Whee! I've been through divorce. I've been through a lot of crap, but nothing was as painful as getting fired from my radio show. I had been so successful at one point at WIOQ in Philadelphia, but my ratings were falling along with the stations and my hopes. And when the ratings start to go in the tank, I get suicidal. They fired the head that's sticking out. And it was only maybe a month prior to that, Double Dare started planning on coming down here to Philly to shoot because it was cheaper than New York. One of the PAs was a fan of mine, and she heard them talking about needing an announcer and said, I know somebody. Is this still him?
It is. I love this fucking. This is really awesome. So he's like, I love this story. I'm sorry. I want to read it because I
Yes,
just
do
love
it,
it
do
so
it, do
much.
it.
I'd never done anything for kids. I'd only worked for adult audiences. So during the first 2 weeks, I was giving them so much over the top energy. A lot of, hey kids, and how are you doing?
Hey
Bullshit.
kids, welcome to Double
Shut
Dare.
up, pussy.
Well, because I work with so many kids at Family Pizza Restaurant. So within those first 2 weeks, Harvey says, I had a kid in the audience who looks me dead in the eye, and the room was silent. Keep in mind, aside from
Big
me
dog
talking to
kid.
the audience, and the kid
Yeah.
looks me dead in the eye and mocks me. He says exactly what I said in the same clown-ass tone that I said it, and it was humiliating. I was reduced to the
that's big dog
size
energy.
of a
Yeah,
little
that's-
bitch instantly.
That's a total big
That's
dog
a big
move.
dog in training.
Yeah.
Right, that big dog. That's Burt Reynolds'
Little big dog.
little baby.
Yeah.
That kid did me the biggest favor ever because I realized, oh my God, I am bullshitting these guys. They know fake energy when they see it. You can't bullshit kids at all. They have
Right.
instant bullshit detectors. So I thought, okay, from now on, I'm going to talk to them like they're grown-ups.
Get out there and throw a fucking pie at him.
Exactly. I talked to them like they were hip, smart, and my peers, and they were disarmed by the fact that I treated them respectfully. I only had to throw out one kid in 600-plus tapings.
Whoa.
Throw out a
Because
kid.
he was drunk.
Get out of here.
You little
You're a drunk.
No,
Your
he
dad's
wasn't.
a drunk.
He my memory of it is he did something to another kid that I knew was crossing the line, must have hit somebody or whatever.
Get out of here. Put your little dick away.
I hope he was drunk.
He wasn't participating in the game, was he? He was like a
No, he's
in the audience.
Kid
Okay.
running around.
Yeah, slapping kids.
The chemistry between Mark Summers and Harvey, the announcer, was part of the charm of Double Dare. Harvey would come out of the announcer booth like wearing stupid costumes and help introduce obstacles and do stunts and shit like that. They had a running bet. Harvey and Mark had a running bet for a while. If team won, then they got to throw the pie in Mark's face. If they lost, they got to throw a pie in Harvey's face.
Good deal.
Yeah. So who here has seen Double Dare? I know Eric hasn't.
It's been a while.
Shut up!
You've been demoted from big dog to little bitch.
It's not my
Slow
fault.
bitch,
They didn't. We
slow
just.
bitch, slow bitch.
They didn't carry it with our cable plan, our package.
I watched Funhouse, damn it.
I did watch Funhouse.
And Jenna, you're too young to have seen Double Dare.
So I get a free pass.
And Evan,
I was drunk.
yeah, you've been drunk for
He
years.
was in the audience.
No, I like totally. I remember it, but I'm also getting it like there's so many of the fucking shows like
Yeah.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Well, all of those shows really wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for Double Dare.
paved the way.
It really
the
did
original Big
pioneer.
Dog.
Absolutely. And it had that very, 80s aesthetic, everything, all the squiggly lines, the
Yeah.
zigzags that were squiggling all over the place, and everything is like bright and
Everything was like an
poppy.
intro to
The
Saved by the
colors,
Bell.
those
Yes.
fucking colors, man.
Exactly. And it really cemented the template for Nickelodeon because, like I said earlier, Double Dare tripled Nickelodeon's viewership.
Yeah.
And
They had some walking around money after that.
It's a hit.
they did. And I feel like personally, because I did watch Double Dare, I feel like Double Dare really, like I said, cemented the aesthetic,
Yeah.
the visual aesthetic for Nickelodeon
Yes.
as we know it today.
Very, very macaroni noodle dancing around.
It is very macaroni, yes. And everything's always like jerky and squiggling, like in the 90s, early 90s. Like Dr. Katz, like a permanent episode of
Yeah,
Dr.
totally,
Katz.
totally.
Why is everything squiggling? I don't understand. So real quick, just in case you have not watched Double Dare, we're going to go over the gameplay. Double Dare always started with a toss-up, which involved a physical challenge. It did not have a time limit. So,
Okay.
like we're watching when they're
Last
blindfolded.
kid standing.
Yeah.
They're blindfolded and they're trying to like catch eggs with symbols, and it's like
Yeah.
that's gonna take a while.
That's just a normal Friday
It's like
night.
a crazy person would think that up.
Exactly. So the rules, to quote Mark Summers, the way he began every show was, I'm going to ask you a question, and if you don't know the answer or think the other team hasn't got a clue, you can dare them to answer it for double the dollars. But be careful, because they can always double dare you back for 4 times the amount, and then you'd either have to answer that question or take one of the physical challenges.
That's a lot of math. That's a lot of dare math.
It's a lot of daring
It's not
math.
that much
Yeah,
math. It's just a little bit of
yeah,
math.
A lot of kid math.
Numbers
Kid
are
math,
That's a lot of
challenging.
kid math. Yeah.
Kids are
Fair enough.
dumb.
Math is hard. What
It's
will
also
I
teaching them about like
wear?
betting and stuff. too.
So there are 2 trivia rounds, with the money doubling in round 2, as it often does in game shows.
Kids
the
trivia? Like what trivia knowledge do kids know?
They know stuff.
cartoons.
Kids are stupid.
They know long division and social studies. This is going to be hard.
It's gonna be tough.
Third
Well,
grade.
I think
long
one of the
division, social
questions was
studies.
like, what language do they speak in Germany or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I saw
so
that.
German. They escalate.
You don't get a pie in your face this time.
the questions do escalate, and I don't know what the I
What
didn't
movie
get
did
that.
Burt Reynolds star in?
I got a lot of nitpicky information, but I
Deliverance.
didn't get the questions. I do love the rape track on the album of Deliverance. That is my favorite.
Wow.
So the most money, whoever has the most money at the end of round 2 gets to go to the obstacle course. And the obstacle course, aka the messiest minute on television, consisted of 8 obstacles, which had to be completed in 1 minute.
So
Each-
much slipping and sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just what I remember.
whoa. Each obstacle contained a red flag, and for every red flag obtained, the team won a prize. All right, so we got trivia questions and physical challenges, you guys. The trivia rounds had multiple benefits. They gave the crew a chance to get shit cleaned up, for one. Another reason is that they provided a small amount of money to contestants. Double Dare wasn't really known for giving away money. They preferred prizes with cash value, but we'll get into
That's how you do it. Bait and
What is
switch.
LA Lights? That's what I remember.
LA Gears.
LA Gear, right?
BK's British Knights.
Yeah.
British
yeah,
Knights,
baby.
LA Gear,
Some nice
Tiger
calculators.
Electronics.
Swag.
tote
Yeah,
swag.
game show swag.
Me as a kid.
Huffy
the
bikes.
shoes light up. What?
The Reebok, no, I don't think they did that yet. They had the Reebok pumps though.
Yeah.
Where you
it
just
up.
pump your fucking
shoes up.
This is late 80s, early 90s, guys. We didn't have shoe lights yet. We didn't have those little rollies on our shoes. What do they call
Those are
those?
dangerous.
Those look fun.
Heelys.
Yeah,
Heelys?
I remember one Christmas, my brother got Heelys, and he
And you didn't
immediately
'cause you're-
slipped in the fucking driveway, and we spent the day in the hospital.
Thanks, bro.
Sounds about right.
Fuck you,
Did you
Heelys.
push him down the
Allegedly.
driveway?
Whoops.
It's like the same
Oh,
year.
no Heelys for me, huh? See ya.
I got sock and boppers. That was fun.
Sock and boppers.
What are those?
Sock and boppers,
that's the-
sock and boppers. More fun than a pillow fight.
Yeah, it's the toy that gave multiple bloody noses
You
to
would
children
just
all
beat
over.
the shit out of each
Concussions.
other.
A lot of
They're like
that's
big inflatable boxing
Kid
gloves.
cushions.
We should look into that. The most dangerous toys.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
had
whole
a-
pan too. We
I
got
watched
those.
my nephews just
Bag of
kick the
glass.
shit out of each other with those things a few times.
Was that on Funhouse, too?
It was. That's when I started. That's when I started hosting.
Eric's brothers beat the crap out of each other.
What were the prizes on Funhouse?
What's this? You get a can of old Mountain Dew that's been sitting in my room open.
Can of Jolt.
Yeah.
Jolt Cola.
A can of dog food.
Well,
It's a prize.
I remember one of my
We
my
were
friend's
poor. We had to
sisters-
eat that dog food, or couldn't give that away.
Oh, well, speaking
We don't
of
even
poor,
have a dog.
Exactly.
So real quick, speaking of poor, and then my friend's sister got one of those skippets. Which
Oh,
is like
yeah,
a
yeah.
jump rope that
Oh,
you
yeah.
it was
Yep.
kind of a jump rope. You
No,
you hooked
put
it around your leg.
ankle. Yeah.
Right? And
I
she
have
got
one
it.
of those too. Yeah.
Immediately broke both her arms.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah. So we should look into the most dangerous
Yes,
toys
I would
that
love
have been
to.
out
I
there.
like that. I like that.
Do you remember the one it was like two inflatable bags, balls or whatever, with a little platform
A
in the middle?
pogo ball. I had a
Pogo ball. Yeah, pogo ball.
It was so hard to use.
It was. We were drunk at
It
a
was
party one
stupid.
time, and like my buddy found one in the weeds, and he's just like, "Holy shit, a pogo ball!" And he started. So he said, it was the greatest. It was one of the funniest things ever. So he started jumping on it, and immediately like his pants fell down, and then he kicked it up, and it hit him in the back of the head, and it was
yeah.
just in like a split second thing.
Rest
it was,
in peace.
It was great. It was
Pogo
beautiful.
ball was one of those moments in childhood where I realized that, TV is a lie because
Yeah.
I wanted the pogo ball because all the kids, they were jumping and just
Yeah.
flying through the
Yeah.
air.
I had that with
Doing
like moon
backflips.
shoes.
Yes,
I think it
moon
was.
shoes.
Moon
Yes.
shoes.
Yeah.
Does not work in application.
Moon shoes were dumb as fuck.
Yeah, they had them bouncing
Like literally,
off the walls.
you just are like, I can't walk. Like that's the fun.
I rolled my ankle.
Like on the moon
No, I'm not going to the
I'm
moon.
never.
That's why nobody cares about NASA anymore.
because of those shoes.
Because millennials wore moon shoes, and we were like, "Fuck the moon."
And we've been like,
not fun.
let's blow it up.
I do have moon shoes upstairs. I just like to add. So
Nice.
Did you wear them here?
yeah, I bounced all the way here.
Driving in
Love
your
it.
moon
I was
shoes.
bouncing on the highway. They're like, "Whoa, look at that girl! She
Doinga,
must have
doinga.
been on the moon."
So speaking of Eric being poor,
No.
one reason for the money that they provided during the trivia rounds is actually kind of cool. The producers realized that a lot of their contestants came from low-income households, and if those kids won any
Dangle
prizes,
money in front of them, they'll do anything. Kids are dumb.
if those kids won any prizes on Double Dare, their parents would be taxed accordingly. So the small amounts of money that they provided kept a good time for the kids from turning into being a hard time for the parents. So
That's very nice.
it
of them.
is very nice. It's very thoughtful. I know we want to make fun of that.
Yeah.
This episode is so hard because it's so fun and charming.
It's wholesome.
So far. And
It's
I'm like-
wholesome as
I'm like
fuck.
sweating. I'm like, I need to make a kid fuck joke. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do
Help
it. Oh,
me.
there's so many. There's so many. To quote Jeffrey
twitching.
Darby, to quote Jeffrey Darby, The idea of money in the trivia round versus prizes at the end was also a way for us to level a playing field so that the kids who won could afford to pay the taxes on the prizes they won. Because we're in Philadelphia, okay, I like this sentence. Because we were in Philadelphia, we had kids from inner city schools.
Every Philly kid is poor and dumb.
And if they won $2,000 worth of prizes, then the family can't afford to pay the taxes. Can you imagine the kids? That's why we put the money into the game. It was pragmatic.
You had to pay taxes?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you have to pay taxes
gotta
on the
claim that
lottery,
shit,
on any shows.
Never gonna win it.
Well, can you imagine, like, because Wheel of Fortune, I don't remember if you remember, like, early 80s Wheel of Fortune, the showcase that they had. Those are some shit-ass prizes. And if I had to fucking win a fucking Dalmatian statue and still pay taxes on that shit, I'd be pissed.
Or the
Was that
Price is
wait? Was that
Right.
where they'd like?
Some of those are kind of lame, yeah.
What game show was that where they would like go around and like have to pit? Was that Wheel of Fortune?
That
They'd
was
be
really
like,
early
Oh
Wheel
yeah,
of
I want
Fortune.
the 4-foot Dalmatian statue.
Exactly.
And,
That was always there.
As the camera just kind of because nobody picked it. 'cause it
I'll
was
take the
stupid.
umbrella stand.
Yeah.
I'll take the lifetime supply of Irish Spring soap, and I don't want the Dalmatian.
Nobody wanted that fucking thing. It was there
Practical gifts,
forever.
yep.
So another reason for the trivia portion in the show was that it provided a unique stepping stone to the physical challenges. There's a rumor that exists that the physical challenges were included so that the kids never had to be wrong, but that's not exactly the case. It's true that Double Dare celebrated kids and wanted to see them succeed and not be embarrassed. But
Boring.
Toughen them up.
Stupid!
And they grew up to be millennials.
No, they grew up to be Generation X.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, that's what
us.
I was thinking of that earlier.
We're-
All
this
these
is
kids
my
are
generation.
they're in their 40s now. They've got they're on their third divorce. They got drinking problems.
I blame Double Dare. I double dog
inevitable.
dare you.
If you were ever on Double Dare, hit us up in the comments below.
Yeah, if you were in Double
curious.
Dare, in the comments below that we haven't.
We don't have comments below.
No,
Just kidding.
I have a Twitter. I made us a Twitter page, but I haven't posted anything yet because I don't understand how social media works. But it's there.
It's there. Tweet
Tweet
at
us. I don't know. Tweet
Just
us.
send me a tweet. I'll try to answer it. I'll
The
call
kid
you.
who got kicked out of the Double Dare show. Please tweet us.
Yeah,
What's
if
your
you're,
tweet handle?
if you're a double, I don't know.
It's at donuts_up. That's an underscore, right? Am I saying that right? Okay. Tweet me.
So also the physical challenges were part of the show strategy. The audience never knew. So somebody tuning into the show, they never knew when a physical challenge would happen, so that kept people tuned in for the whole time. And also the kid might know the answer and just wants to do a physical challenge because that's why they're on the show.
Right, that's
they
the fun part.
want to do
They want
stuff.
green goo all over their fucking face.
They really
Whip it
do.
and slide in the goo.
want to get goo-cockied.
One of the producers, I think, described Double Dare as kind of a sexual experience for kids. And I could see maybe in an ASMR kind of, I mean, like maybe not that.
Fetishes that
Well,
sprung
that's
out of these
textural.
contestants in their life.
Yeah.
Balloons. But another reason, too, is they couldn't just run obstacles all the time. They were already spending a ridiculous amount of time cleaning between tapings, and multiple episodes were filmed in a day. So the crew was constantly cleaning the stage between contestants because their floor was slippery as fuck.
This would be the one job where, like, being a adult theater janitor would be really good on your credentials and references.
Yes.
Yes, you would get hired.
Oh,
as a
I know how to get
janitor.
stains like this out. Oh, I got this, Bobby.
yeah.
Don't you worry.
You think this is sticky?
And much like the obstacles, Double Dare had to be creative and thrifty when it came to doing the physical challenges. And everybody got in on the ideas. So the interns, Mark Summers, Harvey, the PAs, all ideas are welcome. So they're like, I ate Chinese food for dinner last night.
And I have diarrhea now.
So the kids are going to have diarrhea.
Let's make kids slip in diarrhea. Much like I did this morning.
That is how a lot of the ideas were generated, though. Is basically like they'd be like, "Oh, look, there's a picture of a clown. Let's do a clown
do a clown
challenge."
thing.
Yeah, it was very just spurred by what's in the room, I think. Let's see. And the crew and staff also tested the stunts themselves. They'd also bring in kids from elementary schools to do it. To quote Darby, we tested physical challenges in the evening after the show, and most of the people had gone, like the camera crew. We did them forwards, backwards, and blindfolded. Let's see. Evan, you want to do your Mark Summers for us?
When we tested physical challenges, all of our inside jokes became sexual.
Oh, God.
This was, shall we say, a little bit more innocent time. In 1986, 87, and 88, we got away with just laughing to ourselves, and the kids had no idea why. If there had been Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, God knows what at the time we would have all been out of work. Everything became a dick joke. You do this, the fountain will erupt, you know? It got ridiculously filthy. We never said penis, vagina, or cum, or anything in front of the kids. But when we looked at each other or got to a corner, it was like, look at that gigantic penis! It looks like a mountain just coming!
Oh my God.
It was a frat party. We didn't know what we didn't know Master Control was recording everything. Somehow Jerry found out back in New York that there was a tape circulating with the writers and the host turning everything into a dick or vagina joke. We had to stop.
I don't like hearing Mark Simmerl talk about things.
Yeah,
coming.
now he's dirty.
Or Mark Summers, not Summers.
So he probably liked the finger in the butt then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Based on that.
Just looking at all these kids, I mean, they all look like they have cum on them.
Look at those kids. Look at how much cum they've got in their hair.
You fucking monsters.
Like, look, that kid
Like,
climbed that penis.
I have a dirty mind, and I would not think that. Like, what?
Hey, it's the 80s, different times.
And if, like,
Yeah,
a
it's
janitor
innocent.
holding him up, like, kind of elbow me, like, it doesn't look like that kid's got cum on his face. It's like the Incredible Hulk just blew a load on that kid's nose.
You're like, ugh, get
Like,
away
who
from me.
are you?
Who invited
Where
you?
is HR?
Well, speaking of dicks, vaginas, and cum mountains,
Go on.
And that's where Soupy Sales
Yes. You rang?
You call?
there were things that they had to avoid that weren't allowed to use for obstacles or physical challenges. Things like poop, butts, and armpits. But
Armpits.
Armpits are fun.
yeah, they couldn't use armpits. But they did have a toilet-themed obstacle called clogged, and lots of mouths to do stuff with. They had lots of big
Lots
mouths.
of mouth stuff?
Lots of mouth stuff.
Toilet is to
Go on.
to stop to learn how to unclog the toilet at home when they take those.
That's a
little
good
boobies.
challenge.
Yeah.
That's back to the Polish double dare.
Yeah.
In this challenge, you unclog toilet.
You clean my toilet.
That is
you
it.
win prize.
And you win noodle.
And you win potato.
So they also had to avoid eating challenges. They couldn't do anything where the kids were eating food. That was just more for logistical. Like, you can't eat crackers and whistle. It's just going to take too much time, I guess.
Oh, that
I don't
sounds
know.
like a terrible challenge.
But and
Oh, you have a peanut allergy. Oh. Yeah, I could see that. It'd be like just bad idea.
and guns. They had to avoid guns. So water guns weren't allowed. So they had to come up with all kinds of creative ways to shoot liquid.
To drop a load.
A lot of dick jokes.
Yeah.
Yep. And they also had to avoid demonstrating things that were too realistic, meaning that kids might be likely to try it at home. They had one challenge where they swung a stuffed cat toy through a window. They're like, no.
Hey, I have a cat.
Whisker, Whiskers, let's play Double Dare.
They had one where they threw food at a doll baby.
That's fun.
They're like, not again. We can't
doll
try this.
baby.
Hey, Mama, I'm gonna throw food at Bravo. And then
it happens. Yeah.
And
You
they
can't
ring
have
the
that.
Blair.
You can't have that.
No. And then so not just the physical challenges, we also have the obstacles. And let's just say that the obstacles could at times be an obstacle unto themselves.
Art imitating life.
Well, this is like a puzzle on multi-dimensional levels because not only were they trying to bring the show in on a tight budget, these are so many numbers in so many different ways, so money numbers, they had to come up with the creative obstacles and lay them out logistically in a tight studio and continuously make it look like a fresh course. They also had to figure out how long obstacles might take and how to fit them into the 60-second time frame. So, like, there's a lot of things to plug in here.
You're like, okay, we got this inflatable mountain, but like it's
Full of cum.
covered in cum. I mean goo.
Goo.
Yeah, and then they got a
You
rope,
had
and
an
then,
accident.
and then
What does that
we gotta
mean?
eat a grilled cheese sandwich, and then they fart and they shit. Like, how are you gonna cram that into a minute?
How do you get from point A to point B? How do you get from the grilled cheese to the shit?
Yeah.
So,
Did they eventually start giving them more money when they started like pulling in like real money?
when they did
No.
Family Double
They're
Dare,
kids. The $200 is a shitload.
right?
I just mean Double Dare itself. Did they start like, all right, give them a couple more bucks?
They did on Family Double Dare.
Okay.
They doubled the prizes and then they started offering things like a new car.
Whoa,
but we will
shit.
get into Family Double Dare later. Or we can get into it right now. Family Double Dare got ugly because then that's when the parents started. The kids were all there to have fun.
Yeah.
But the parents wanted that fucking car.
wanted-
Yeah.
So
They
there were
wanted to
actual
go to SeaWorld, damn it.
Right, there were actual times when like they were made the Double Dare crew felt really fucking uncomfortable. Actually, I can like flip up.
Philadelphia.
word.
Let's dial up family.
That's okay.
Double
We
Dare
can
really
keep
quick.
going too. We can just keep going.
No, they let's see. Family Double. They offered higher cash prizes, and they had the car. And Mark Summers says the kids were great. It was when it became Family Double Dare that a few of the parents became idiots.
The parents were the monsters all along.
Truly.
Imagine that.
Especially when we started doing the nighttime versions when we gave away cars and trips to God knows where. A kid would miss the flag with 2 seconds left, and there were times...
God damn it, Ronnie!
Seriously,
Yeah.
You
There were
little
times
bitch!
They had to separate a parent and a kid because the dad would be holding the kid in a chokehold and saying, damn it, I needed that car and you screwed up. I
Wanted
can't
that
believe...
Honda Odyssey.
That's horrible.
Exactly. According to Harvey, the announcer, sometimes the family dynamics didn't make you feel so comfortable. You felt bad for the kid. It was like, wow, I bet that kid has a really terrible life at home with
Yeah.
the kind of emotional spleen venting they're putting up with. But most of the time,
Hit
it
us up
didn't
on
happen.
Twitter.
What's that? Hit us up on
If
Twitter.
your dad abused you on Double Dare, please reach out to us and reveal your trauma.
If your dad beat you after you lost the car on Double Dare.
Let us know. Hit
Oh
us
my
up.
God. So how do they fuck?
That was my last Google search. How do they fuck?
I had that for the obstacle course. That was my next line in the obstacle course, but it did not segue well with the family.
How do they
Double Dare.
fuck?
So how do they fuck? They had about 40 obstacles to play with. They had 95 obstacles over the entirety of Double Dare.
Impressive.
That's
But,
fucking cool to be an obstacle creator for the show production.
Yeah.
and
That was
everything.
Byron Taylor. So then they
Byron
called him the
fucking Taylor,
Glot
shouts
Master.
out.
Yeah, we'll get into him a little bit. So they had about 40 obstacles to play with at a time, and had 8 that had to be in the obstacle course. Some were large and heavy and specifically shaped, like the hamster wheel and the Sunday slide, and they had to stay in the same place in the course. And they would just kind of move smaller obstacles around them. They also had to understand, like I said earlier, how kids would get from point A to point B. They had a map of the studio and cutouts of the obstacles, and they would arrange the obstacles on the map, Xerox it, and hand it off to the map lord.
Map
They
Lord.
called the head of the crew map lord.
I am the Map Lord. Bring me that poorly Xeroxed map.
Find me in Ghoul Cave and on Sunday Mountain.
I love the map lord.
I am the Map Lord.
Finally, something I'm good at.
I hope the map lord knows come mountain wizard.
He knows
Wizard
him
of
well.
Come Mountain.
My cum wizard hat.
All right. So, and they filmed 4 to 5 shows in one day, so they had to make the course look different
Crazy.
while using the same obstacles.
Yeah, that's how they do. That's how they do game shows. They,
Yes.
Did Mark Summers wear something different for each of those tapings?
No.
He
Nobody
did.
gives a fuck.
No, he did. He changed outfits a lot because he got covered in crap and he was OCD and yeah. So
Gotta
yeah.
look fresh.
Can I just think of Will Fording with Will and Tim and Eric? Can I get some new pants?
Can I get some new pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Now, exactly.
That's why being a game show host is probably one of the best gigs ever. Because you record like one day, and then you got the rest of the week off.
Yeah.
And you're drunk
And you're drunk.
the whole time.
And
Oh, yeah.
Harvey is so drunk.
Yep.
Richard Dawson.
Richard
was so
Dawson.
drunk.
He's
Family
kind of
Feud.
one of
Oh
the
my
original
God.
big dogs
Oh, he's
too.
the best.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Richard Dawson.
Big dog
I
all the
feel
way.
like the game show, the heyday of the game show, is kind of over though. I feel like it peaked in the 80s, and it's
It
just not.
can't-
It
getting-
always tries to come back.
It
Like,
came
I
back
mean,
in
It's
like
just
in the
the
2000s.
last big one
like-
was like Who Wants to Be a
Yeah.
Millionaire? I feel like.
That one hung for a while, and the Weakest Link.
And Weakest Link.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Now-
then
And Jeopardy never leaves.
Now it's all about just hurting people. Like that's the concept.
like
of it.
emotionally.
Yes.
Yeah, The
Like-
Bachelor.
Yeah. What is the big obstacle? There's a big obstacle game now. Splash. Down?
Wipeout?
they've
Wipeout.
done
Yeah, Wipeout.
and
That's
they
it.
brought back like what is that? The Ninja.
American Ninja.
Oh,
American
Warrior.
Ninja.
Yeah,
But you know what
Warrior.
the balls
Oh
is?
yeah, American Warrior.
Most Extreme Challenge.
Yeah.
You guys watch that MXC?
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
Kenny Blankenship.
Kenny Blankenship.
Yes, I love MXC.
Yes, that is the rule.
That is the fucking balls.
Yeah.
So another thing that they had to do was learn to manage the course's difficulty. So once they had it set up, they would do a dry run, literally.
Hey.
Nope.
Hey.
No turn come mountain off for today.
They would run the course themselves minus the slime and crap. If the course was too difficult, they would make it a bit less messy. If it was too easy, they would just put slop in.
Put some more goo on it and get out of here.
Yeah, throw some of that green cum on there.
Jeez.
You, Jesus.
Shut it.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know, Rebecca.
Marcus
How
is a
could
ball.
you? Jeez, I just bothered Marcus.
Did you say come?
I know, I'm banned from the show. And there was that 60-second time restraint. They had to make sure that they balanced the obstacles in that regard as well. So certain mechanical contraptions could only go so fast, like the GAC factory.
It's where I want to work. Make the gack, make my back, make the gack.
I feel like the GAC factory is where CNC Music Factory worked
Yeah.
too.
Definitely.
Just blaring that, just making green goo all day.
With giant question marks. Giant
Keep making gack.
What was that CNC Music Factory song?
Yeah.
Everybody dance now.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam,
Ding, 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 ding.
Everybody dance now.
That's my favorite part of that song is like the cowbell.
Yeah, it's
Ding, 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 and just someone pressing a fucking button.
Why was everything in the late 80s, early 90s gigantic?
I don't know.
It was
Reagan,
like
bitch.
What a gigantic stuff. Let's see. Where were we? Yeah, so, some obstacles are really big, which took up more time, and some kids are just really fucking dumb.
These
So
kids are dumb.
These kids are fucking stupid. They'll do anything.
and the show started off with a pretty tight budget, but that changed as it grew in popularity. Some of the early obstacles, like the Sunday slide car wash and the giant tank, were easy and inexpensive while remaining impressive. Some weren't quite so simple, like the giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It had to be treated with like 8 coats of latex rubberized paint. Now we get
Getting
into.
very turned on right now.
All right, now you want me to go? You want
Can you
some?
say that again slower this time?
The giant peanut butter sandwich had to be treated with 8 coats
8 coats of latex.
of latex
All right, that's my wife.
rubberized.
Hey, stop it.
Get him out of here.
Kids are just rolling around in it.
Stop it! So
to.
Byron Taylor, his nickname was the Glop Master.
Oh, let me tell you.
Called me back in the day.
I am the Map Lord. I am the Glop Master.
I am the map lord. Hello. It's nice to meet you. Who are you, the Glop Master?
In the Glop
Got
Master.
I need a
made out of
lozenge.
maps.
Shoes made out of maps.
Stapled maps.
Want that so bad. I'm the Map Lord.
I am the map lord.
Where are you trying to go?
I don't have that.
Well, let's see. If you look on my chest is a map of Idaho. I don't know if you're trying to go to Boise. Got Cuba on my calf.
Yeah, his whole body is just tattooed with maps.
Yeah, and then he has a map cloak.
Yes.
And yeah, a map hat.
Yeah, this guy
I
rules.
love the Map
I
Lord.
love the Map Lord.
Map Lord.
Thank you.
Glop Master. What the fuck is that? You want some glop? Hold on. Yeah, there you go.
There's some glop for you,
Look
kid.
at Glop.
So the Glop Master is Byron Taylor. He's the man behind the
The
obstacles.
man behind the madness.
Exactly. As I said earlier, there have been about 95 obstacles over the years. They seem to fall under certain categories as far as Rebecca is concerned. So you got digging through crap to find the flag. You're pulling some kind of cord to the
Digging,
flag.
pulling, tugging.
Will drop along with a pile of crap. Lots of slides covered in crap or crap you slide into, crap like that.
Crap like that.
Yeah, this is a bunch of crap.
Crap.
You pull your crap, you slide your crap, you lick the crap.
Yeah, you know the
Yeah,
drill.
exactly. You
know the
just
drill.
you drop the crap on your
the
head.
crap
It's
master.
fine. Some were stupidly simple, like the monkey bars and the manhole. You just lift the manhole cover and find-
Manhole.
Yeah, I kept thinking of Men's Recovery Project though, because they have a song called Manhole. It's just like manhole, manhole.
Man,
You want to see my manhole?
Mm-hmm. No, I
Yes,
have.
I do.
Some obstacles are more challenging for the kiddos, like the 1-ton human hamster wheel. And that one didn't even work. So the human hamster wheel, it has this light up thing on the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The kids have to get it up
you
to
gotta
number
get it like
5.
that.
And then like the thing comes down, lever comes down, they get a flag. Except they actually had to have a human being behind it physically lighting up the things and activating the little
Because
flag to
kids
go
are
down.
weak and dumb.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't know. Let's see. Oh, they added grip tape to it, and it was fine. But apparently, it consumed a huge amount of the budget. So they had to use other cheap ideas, like running through tires full of cake batter,
Oh,
which is great.
sounds horrible.
Another obstacle that was really challenging was Picket. It was a giant nose.
Oh,
and
I remember this one.
Yep,
This one
yep.
was fun.
They had to rummage through the fake snot to find the flag, except the snot was made mostly out of pudding, and the flag masqueraded so well inside it that they just couldn't find it. It would take like 20
They'd be
seconds.
touching it and they didn't even know.
They couldn't feel it, yeah. They're just
I
like,
don't like that one.
Might
no,
be-
I didn't think you'd like that one.
Might be pudding skin.
They had the giant slice of Swiss cheese called the Big Cheese.
I like that one.
And they used it so much. The kids used to dig through the holes, but eventually the holes got big enough for them to dive through.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah, I'd
Yeah.
love to dive through a Swiss cheese hole.
Yeah.
It's like my dream.
The one that I thought was the grossest for me was clam dip.
No.
Clam dip. It was a giant
Yuck.
clam filled
Sounds
with
like an
clam
STD.
chowder and golf balls.
I hate clam
Clam
chowder.
dip.
I love clam chowder, but
I
don't
hate
like
clam
golf
chowder.
balls in my clam chowder.
Yeah, it's the golf balls that bother me.
Yeah.
I can handle the clam chowder. I just hate golf balls.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
motherfucker.
baby, you want some clam dip?
Not
is that a
from you.
nickname from your chlamydia?
I feel like I get to ask that. I feel like
Okay.
that's my
Yeah,
pickup
that-
line.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
female
Y'all got the
pickup
clam
line.
It is.
Hey, you want some clam dip?
You want to dip your cracker in my clam dip?
Yeah, we can be- It's like we're on the crew. Yeah,
It
I
is.
totally understand it.
Now I get it. It's like a frat party. Some didn't work. Some of the obstacles didn't work very well. Like I said, the hamster wheel, the sewer chute. A kid like busted his fucking neck in this sewer chute. We'll get to that.
Bitch.
They had to test your strength thing.
So not big dog kid.
The garbage truck didn't work very well. So any of those, Mark would actually
The
just kind of
handgun didn't go over well.
did not go over
The
well.
stapler, not a hit.
The nail gun.
Yeah, nail gun challenge, not good.
The uncle lap.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Well, the garbage truck was notoriously bad. It was a pile of garbage, and then the flag was hidden in a pile of garbage
Yeah.
that was in the dump truck, and then they dumped. So it was just
remember
too
that.
much shit
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
fucking
Too
to
confusing.
go
No
through.
way.
Too much.
30 seconds. Like,
You just couldn't do it. So the pilot of Double Dare kind of got off to a bad start.
yes.
The initial concept for the obstacle course had only one kid from the winning team running it, while the other kid had to stand there and watch
Watch lose.
like a fucking little
What?
bitch.
Are you having fun? It looks fun.
I want to
wish
pick
I
the
could
giant
try
nose.
that. I know. I'll just pick mine instead. They also had both teams wearing red for like 2 years, which
Talk about a red.
and yeah, what's going on? I'm so
Yeah, it
confused.
doesn't make any sense.
I can't keep track of people unless they're in designated color.
Hold
I
on,
agree.
hold on. I got
all
an
look the
idea.
same.
I got a mind blower of an idea. What if we put one of the teams in a different color?
Whoa.
Whoa,
You're
whoa.
fired.
Can we afford this? We are on a tight budget.
Get out of here, Shelley
That's the kind of
Soupman.
forward thinking that'll give you a promotion. You're fired.
What was the name? Shelley Soupman? No, Soup
Saltman.
Salmon.
Shell Saltman.
No, that's the
Soupy
That's Evil
Sales.
Knievel.
Soupy Sales. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Soupy
yeah.
Sal. I thought you were talking about the guy that Evil Knievel beat
No,
up.
no.
That's Shell Saltman.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Remember that guy?
Fuck yeah.
So this is one of my favorite parts about Double Dare. So one fun thing about Double Dare is that the kiddos got to name their teams. But just because they named it, they got to select their name doesn't mean they made up the name. It seems like a lot of these names were selected from a list that must have been generated by the crew. Because these kids would never come up with these names. So I got some of my favorites. Some of them were like really questionable considering it was a kid's show, like Escaped Convicts and Pudwhacker. Yeah, we're a team called Pudwhacker.
Pudwhackers.
They had a team called, what was it? Oh, I can't remember which one it was. I
The
didn't.
Dong Yankers?
No, I have a bunch of them. It was something about waters. I can't remember what it was. I don't know why I didn't write it down because it was very
Red
funny.
Water?
No, but here's my very best. These can also double as punk bands, my friends.
Yes.
These are some of the best names from Double Dare. Team names: Lice Ridden Skags,
No way.
the Embedded Nostril Maggots.
What?
Jesus.
Yep. Mustard Blowholes.
Oh,
Regurgitated Worms. Yeah. I didn't get a reaction from you. Louse Larva Casserole.
Sign
that
me
one's
up.
creamy.
That
I
was
like
good.
that one. That's creamy.
The vomiting lard brains.
This is seriously tonight's bill at the Hexagon.
I know it is. Swanky Fellows.
Oh,
I know. I thought Eric would like that.
I do like that
did.
one. Makes me feel dapper.
Oh.
This is one of my favorites. Urban Lunch Meat.
Yeah, that's a punk band.
That is
Urban Lunch
Urban
Meat.
Lunch Meat is so a fucking punk band.
So relatable to these Philly kids.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Backwash. ding dorks,
Ding dorks.
Hey, we're the ding dorks.
Or the ding dong hole dorks. Dun, dun, dun.
chronic halitosis,
That just sounds like.
Bad.
hanging scabs,
I like that. The hanging.
the hanging scabs.
Yeah, I just think of a big piece of meat hanging off a meat hook.
Oh God,
Just want to rip it off.
Yeah.
armpit clam bakes.
That's what's for
That's
lunch.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
repugnant.
there's no way kids made up these.
No, repugnant secretion.
What the?
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Passing-
Easy.
Passing sauerkraut,
Ah.
the dry heaving upchucks, and the best
Gomer.
one of all, Gomer Bile.
Gomer Bile.
Gomer Bile.
Bile.
There is no way a fucking 8-year-old came up with Gomer
catch
Bile. There's just no
We're
way.
called the Gomer Bile.
And they don't know who Gomer Pyle is.
The Cum Cum twins.
They were the Bon Jovi babes.
Bon Jovi babes. The
So
Goo Goo
the
Mucks.
the first two teams ever were called the High Flyers and the Express.
Boring.
Exactly. Fucking
Spice
get
it
'em
up a
outta
little.
here. Bring back the fucking dry heaving upchucks, please. So the very first obstacle of the very first obstacle course was called Nightmare. And appropriately so, because it was. It should have been simple, nothing more than finding a red flag and a pillow full of white feathers. But it took 4 tries for the contestants to complete it.
Aw.
All right, here we go. Try number 1. No flag.
Oh.
The producers forgot to put it in. The poor kid
Dicks.
spent the entire...
Can't find it. I'm telling you, it's not there.
Keep looking.
Hurry up, son. If you don't find the flag, we're not going to Busch Gardens.
Well, no, Mark Summers is actually standing there going, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Because he thought it
Keep
was in
finding it.
there.
This
It's
is the
like-
nightmare.
It really is.
This is psychological torture.
So they
my
spent the
God.
entire 60 seconds meant for running the whole obstacle course just looking for the flag that wasn't there. To quote Jeffrey Darby, that poor girl, she was actually, yeah, Evan, read this. That poor girl.
That poor girl, she was crawling amongst all these feathers, looking completely sad and distressed that she couldn't get a flag. She couldn't even get through obstacle 1.
Aww, baby doll. So now we're at try number 2. When the crew realized what had happened, the kids were allowed to try the
Oh,
obstacle
wait, I'm
again.
supposed to put a flag in
No,
there?
what?
I thought it was Johnny who was putting the flag in there. No, I thought it was
He's the
Brett.
flag guy.
I'm the map lord.
Yeah, I was saying, where's the map?
No, I'm the map lord. Leave me out of this.
participate in the flagging.
I'm climbing back into cum cavern over here. Call me when
You know where to
needed.
find me.
So when the crew realized what had happened, the kids were allowed to try the obstacle again. And the producers put the flag right on top where the kid could find it right away. But this kid, probably a little pissed off and suspicious after what happened, dumped the entire pillow of feathers out upside down. So the flag ended up on the bottom.
Oh.
Couldn't find it.
Dumb kid.
Can't find it. Try number 3. The crew puts 5 flags in the feather
Just find
pillow.
one, please.
Somebody, for the love of
kid
God,
finds
find a
it.
feather.
Yeah, he finds one in 10 seconds. Cameraman slips, falls, misses the shot.
Just goo everywhere. Like, oh!
All the cum on set. Of course you said.
Oh, that's awesome.
Try number 4. Got it. At that point, why don't you just give them the flag? So these kids are going to harbor a bitter resentment against feather pillows and
They
flags.
never sleep with pillows anymore.
No.
They sleep on their bed. Just absolutely. Oh.
So Nightmare never appeared in its original version again. It was later revamped as It's in the Bag, which is the same concept except a beanbag chair full of styrofoam peanuts.
Oh, distinct difference.
Yes. Yeah. And, I think we should maybe end this for now and come back. This is going to be a 2-parter.
Woo!
Guys,
Two-parter?
didn't
All
know
right.
that we do 22 fucking pages.
Double
on Double Dare.
episode.
Double dare, double episode.
Exactly. So, yeah, we'll come back. We'll talk about the floor at the PBS station that they made all nasty. We'll talk about all the
Slimy.
food that they wasted. We'll talk about
Super
lawsuits.
sticky.
Lawsuits.
Lawsuits and
Kids
injuries.
hurt. Kids hurt.
Yeah. Couple,
Oh, yeah.
Not as many as
There's a
you
few
think.
kids that got hurt.
Children's tears.
There's only 2 kids that got
Children's
hurt.
tears. I
Evan-
call it self-esteem lubricant.
Quit rubbing your nipples. Oh, my God.
You caught me.
It's hard to miss it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we'll come back. We'll reconvene for the second half of Double Dare.
Sounds great.
Yes. What are you guys going to do with the rest of your day now?
Oh.
Watch women's volleyball and men's volleyball.
You are going to do that. You got rear-ended.
I got rear-ended yesterday, and I'm going to watch co-ed volleyball.
I love the
just
story of
sounds
how the
so
guy who
creepy.
rear-ended you wanted to fix your car for
Yeah,
you.
$62 $62 bumper. He's like, yeah, I found one online for $62. I just need a heated garage. I have a toolbox. It's for Tonka tools to fix my Tonka truck.
Oh my God.
And then I go to my wonderful people, Wilson Auto Shop, sponsor us.
Give us money.
A lot of plugs today.
And it was a
Every episode.
$1,000 replacement. So
Well, you should have got the guy who hit you to fix it. What do you say? $60
Nah, you don't want that guy.
Sold.
sold in a bag of slime.
And a bag of weed. I will fix your bumper. Just give me a heated garage, some Molly,
Yeah.
some spice.
Let me go to town.
Okay,
on
I
it.
mean, yeah, I think that'll take it.
I'm going to go to the Mall of America, and I'm going to go to Hooters, and I'm going to stay at the host stand, and they're going to be like, do you need a table? And I'm going to go, nope. Oh.
I heard an awesome story about a Hooters waitress.
Go on.
Well, one of the waitresses that I worked. So this is all hearsay.
Did it involve boobies?
Probably. Well, what
Always
I
does.
understand is that Hooters put on a competition. Whatever waitress sold the most beer. won.
No. I told you this story.
It was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, you know
Well,
the
you tell the
Hooters
story.
I know a thing or two
My
about
big
Hooters.
dog over there.
I thought Ella told me this story.
No, I told you that.
Well,
Sorry. What
then
was
you
it?
tell it.
I just spilled coffee on
I can't
my
remember
leg.
I can't remember what the
Motorbike.
prize was though. It was
Okay, so a Hooters waitress, she's supposed to. So they put in a contest. Whoever sells the most beer wins a Toyota.
There it is.
Camry?
There it is.
A
That's it.
Toyota.
Or Corolla.
Toyota.
Oh.
Okay. She fucking sells the beer.
Fuck.
They take her into a room. They're like, "Congratulations, you won!" And in that room is a toy
That is
Yoda.
horrible.
Yep.
And she is pissed.
Oh, I would fucking.
Yeah, I think
I'm
she
just
sued.
imagining some
She quit, and I
huge
think she
crime-
sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her with the doll, and she had this look on her face, and you've
Not
never seen so much
amused.
disgust.
That's
Yeah.
fucked.
Fucking slime ball.
That's
Yeah,
why you always
that's
ask the
right,
model
that's
and
me.
make and year of whatever you're winning.
Fair enough.
There you go.
So what the shit? I just get everybody like around me all of a sudden this week. They're like, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't watch Star Wars. I don't care.
fucking dumb.
So what's going on? A Mandalorian
It's
or
so
something?
good.
I don't even know.
Baby
Yeah,
Yoda's
it's a
so
baby Yoda.
cute.
That's
I give zero shits. What does it do? Eat soup or something?
Yeah.
Drinks bone broth because it's good. It's got collagen in it.
Yeah.
All right.
I already can't wait for it to be over, so I don't fucking have to see
Yeah.
the memes on Facebook.
I haven't seen any memes. I stay off the.
I like the
don't
one when
really.
he's drinking a cup of bone broth.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody does.
It's so cute though, Eric. Join us.
Punch.
Join us in
love
the goo.
it.
Punch, baby Yoda. Stupid little green head.
Abort Baby Yoda.
Oh, Jenna, you got any of those Plan Bs left?
Oh, I got him.
Do you imagine
too
banging
late.
Yoda
Oh my God! What if you?
and then immediately being
my
like,
God.
I gotta get an abortion?
Yeah, no, 2 Yodas had to have banged to make a baby Yoda. Let's think about that.
Well, let's think about what does happen if you feed your baby Plan B.
Oh my God! It's like skin. Just
What
starts
would happen?
deteriorating.
I mean, not that
my
I'm gonna.
God. It's like Benjamin Button. It like just goes back into like being a fetus. And like that's fucked up.
Do not
We'll
try
see
that
on
at home.
part 2.
I know. For
All
Double
right.
Dare, do not
Damn
try this
it.
on home. Legal reasons. Don't feed your babies Plan B.
No baby, no plan
And
B.
if you're the pharmacist at Boynton Healthcare and you were there between the years of 2013 and 2015, thank you.
You got
Wow, 2 years of that, Jenna?
2 years of
Oh
Plan
my
B
God!
chugging.
You need
Damn.
to see. You should see a doctor.
I'm no doctor.
Well, yeah. Join us next time for the second half of Double Dare.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye.
Sorry for laughing.
Thank you for listening. This has been a production of Penguin Cat Media. Oh, hell yeah. We take our coffee black like our soul.